It's happening. We are here. Game 7. Montreal Canadiens versus Tampa Bay Lightning. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. Montreal trying to avenge the first round loss of last year. Trying to avenge the loss when they were up 3-2 in this series. A few chances to close it out. But right now, this is the moment with big updates on Noah Dobson, who's drawing back into this game over Arber Xhekaj. That's the biggest news right now. But Jesse, we're here. We're ready to go. How are you feeling? How is everyone in chat feeling? This is the biggest game in so many years for the Montreal Canadiens.
So excited. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. Of course, we are incredibly excited. Your good vibes are welcome as we're encouraging our team, the Habs, Les Habitants here tonight, again, that have just entertained us so much this year, Josh, in those one-goal games. Like, we're used to it. Like, are we expecting to be anywhere else right now? But here's the good news. As we know, right? Like, we have been good all year long when it truly matters in those close games. Now, we know who's been good in those situations, particularly. Yep. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves there. We know who we're talking about. But again, we are incredibly excited in what's turned out to be a heavyweight battle in the most exciting round of this year's Stanley Cup playoffs.
Oh, no doubt. It's been one of the craziest series ever. This is only the third time in NHL history that the first 6 games of a series were all decided by one goal as it goes to a Game 7. This is ridiculous. It's historic already. And, you guys have been such a big part of this historic run as well. We got a super chat to start things off from Hackdog. Hackdog, thank you so much. Everyone in chat, leave a like on Hackdog's message. $10 to start us out. I don't think the season ends tonight, but Josh and Jesse, thanks for the content all season long. Well, thank you, Hackdog, for being here. And you know what? We're not just here all season long, every single day, sometimes twice a day. We're not stopping. So no matter what happens tonight, we are here literally every single day for you. So if this is your first time stopping by or your 100th time stopping by, just know we are not quitting anytime soon. Daily content coming. And Jesse, that's part of what makes this so rewarding. When you put in that effort every single day, you guys show up for us every single day, and we make it to a game as important as this. It just adds to that aura of this type of game right now.
And we do it for you guys. Again, that's what makes it so much fun as a community. People like Hackdog who just show their support every single day, right? And again, the vibes of the team is really feeling it right now. Like, drop a W if you're feeling that right now. We know we've had some Tampa fans coming in the chat as well. Like, let us know how you're feeling here. But you're coming in the Lions Den here tonight. It's Game 7. It's all hands, really on deck. But really, we're not pulling any single punches when it comes here tonight. And what do the Montreal Canadiens need to do to be successful in what's just been such a tremendously tight series? And let me know, Josh, if you agree with me here, if I'm maybe speaking Spanish or in the chat, let me know. But for me, I feel like getting to Vasilevskiy is just going to be key early on, right? And I'm not we don't need to crash now. We don't need to get dirty. We're not jumping around. We're not dirty like Tampa's doing, right? Like those antics we've seen. But a little bit of game and shit, just get in the kitchen. Crowding, just really, again, being in front of the net, for me, is going to be super, super important. Just claiming area in front of that net and getting in front of Vasi's kitchen. He's been their best player. So for me, as Montreal, I'm looking at guys like Anderson to really get in his kitchen. Gallagher here tonight, right on cue.
Yeah, it feels like Tampa's love to do that with Dobson. Hey, Demi kind of did it last game, whether he meant to or not. And that's kind of the thing. I'm not saying run him over. You can't take a penalty, but you got to try and get in their heads. They're a veteran team, if they're going to take that as ammunition. But yeah, just try and get into their heads. That's really what you got to do. And to just add to what Montreal's been doing this series, team playoff hits in the playoffs so far. This is the Sportsnet broadcast just a few minutes ago. The Habs are second in the playoffs, 257 hits to Tampa's 11th place out of 16 teams, 198. Montreal has been the more physical team, and I agree with you. I don't think you're speaking Spanish. I think getting into Vasilevskiy's head, getting into that blue paint. Now, without Arber, not that he would be crashing the blue paint, of course, but without Arber's physicality, you do kind of want to step up with some other guys. Arber made up a good amount of these hits, even if he was only logging 8 to 10 minutes a game, right? So that is one thing. But the other big thing is get Noah Dobson involved. This is his first game in weeks, and he is drawing in over Arber Xhekaj per Eric Engels.
Go.
This is what's happening right now. By the way, shout out to Rene Duval, the first ever super chat on the live stream, $1.49. Thank you, Rene. I want everyone to give some thank yous to Rene Duval in the chat. Good evening, Luke. Hello, everyone. But
we appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do. We appreciate even just messaging. You don't even need to donate. That's so generous. But Dobson, getting him going early, Jesse. Now, in the warm-up lines, he was skating with Struble, he was kind of skating on that third pairing, cycling in. I actually would anticipate him stepping up the lineup in this one. Maybe not right away, but at some point, like, this just, I mean, there's no doubt. Tampa fans would agree. This right here could very well be the single biggest deciding factor in this game.
Having Noah Dobson and confirmed for this game is going to be huge. And just seeing, like, even if he's at 95%, that's huge. That being said, we've been seeing him look very good. I think they want to take their time. Why? We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it seems they're young, they're cocky. Who's to blame them, right? They're confident, they're going forward. So when they brought back Dobson, I really feel like they were waiting because they have aspirations of getting him good so that they can keep going without him, bringing him out of the lineup because they know truly how important. Now, of course, Game 7 here, it's a no-brainer. You got to come in, you got to draw in. Kudos for him for doing that all the same. You got to feel like he's battling through some pain. That's going to still get his teammates riled up. I think he's going to be good to go. He's been looking very good in practice. And again, what does this mean for a top line? And Josh, I promised I wouldn't put too much pressure on them, our boys, right? Nick Suzuki, Cole Caufield. Again, you've highlighted so many times, like so cutely, right? Like Nick Suzuki still been getting points. It's just the goals. And you know what? We're spoiled here in Montreal. We got 50 goal scorers. We got 100-point guys in them. Like, we want the goals. And you know what? It's not asking too much. Like, they agree with us. So you got to feel like they're going to be here tonight. But a big thing is like Noah Dobson in such a tight series. So important to have like that transition, just a little bit of that help, that extra skill to make that extra pass, that once he play to get the puck to them is really going to be all the difference, in my opinion, in this big Game 7 for the Montreal Canadiens getting this W.
Just getting that flow in the offense and never letting go of it. Like, once you get it, you're there. And Noah Dobson has made this offense seamless so much throughout the year. Such an underrated part of his game. And we've talked about it a lot. And, like, especially the fact that it's like, hey, how many times in this series have we said, man, we just got to get the puck out of our zone. This is too much time for 10. Who's the best on the Habs at doing that? Other than maybe Lane Hutson, but Noah Dobson. Like, he's a huge body, 6'3", 6'4", and he's able to get the puck out of our zone. It's going to be such a huge difference maker, and I want everyone as well, leave your thoughts in chat. Who will score the first goal for Montreal tonight? I think it's going to be Ivan Demidov. I see Gary Bisson saying Demidov with the game winner. He will not be denied tonight. Before I get your answer, Jesse, we got to shout out Luke. Luke in chat, Luke 9056, one of our biggest supporters, longest time supporters, has gifted 5 memberships. So those of you who got those new memberships, make sure you're spamming those emojis. I'm going to send some emojis in the chat. We got Suzuki, Slav, Demi, Lane, so many things. Send them in chat. If I say your name, you are now a channel member. You can claim this from Luke. Dan 140, Jerry 3698, Gary just has no arbor tonight. Yeah, that's it. Moncru, Buck Skull Gang, and Manny Yo 2909. You are all now members courtesy of Luke. Jesse, who gets the opening goal for Montreal tonight? Because I think there's so many choices, but I don't know. I'm picking Demi, but it could honestly, I kind of wanted to pick Dobson too.
You're making some great points. Again, amazing. Thank you for the support, by the way. We're feeling love the team is, really, we're appreciating here tonight in a big Game 7. Again, I love how you're bringing up that second line with Demi because it's a new look with Gallagher as well, and Newhook there. Like, it's just a little bit to mix it up. I love how, Newhook and Gallagher are guys that can feed on each other. It's one thing that I've always loved about Alex Newhook. Why? I'm partial. I'm a Habs fan. It's because he's always had a little bit of Brayden Gallagher in his game before he even came over here. So I think bringing them is just kind of on the same line as doubling down together in the playoffs when it really matters. Yeah, right to play that animation right now. Then with Demidov, again, it's building on bringing a little bit of skill along with a little bit of rough and tumble, a little bit of sandpaper, which, of course, you might say, he's not crazy here. If you come to think about it, he's the mad scientist once again, going to the lab, coming out with these different line combos. And for me, like pregame, we talked about it. It makes sense. Like you're bringing, of course, that skill, but you're bringing a little bit of that sandpaper, which of course you need to win the board battles, get the puck and playoff hockey and make it happen from there. So I'm liking the combination of things. That being said, I digress here on Habs Digest here tonight. I'm going to say Nick Suzuki. Yeah, I'm going to say that he's our leader and he's the one that is going to make the way for Cole Caufield here tonight. I think that he's also going to contribute here. And I know I'm going on a limb by making so many predictions here, but I really feel like this is how it works. He's the leader. He's going to set the tone, and then he's going to make the way for Caufield. Like, Suzuki's proven to be good in some clutch situations. So is Caufield. But look for our leader to set the tone first and for the other and the key guys to follow.
Yeah, I like that. Nick Suzuki is just someone who needs to really get going. Had a fantastic game last game despite the 0-0 score until the end of regulation. But it really was Suzuki who was showing out on that top line, and the top line skating together again in warmups. I have to imagine that that's how you're going to open this game. Suzuki, Caufield, Slafkovsky. It's something the Habs need. It's where the offense comes from. Want to go through some of the predictions in chat? Dobson says Dave Laws. Snoopy says Anderson. Can we see the game? No, we can't. That is illegal, unfortunately, but you can hear some of the audio, hopefully, but we can't show it. Sportsnet would do bad things to us. Let's go. Let's go. It's game time. That's right.
Don't tempt us.
No.
Us.
I know. Come on, Sportsnet. Check on in. Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop spamming as well, asking if you can see the game, but I understand. Captain Suzuki says, Michael, there you go. On board with you, Jesse. Gallagher hat trick, says the Can Do 94. I love that. Dobson first goal as well. Luke sending the Slapzilla emoji. Greetings from New Zealand. Go Habs, go. I saw greetings from Bongi, Central African Republic earlier as well. Didn't miss you. That was shout out. Massive shout out to Central African Republic. Anyone else feel sick? I don't. I think it's going to be amazing. Renee Duval with another $2.99 donation. Renee, thank you so much. Saying, I'm going to go with Demidov. And I think, hey, on board with me. We got some people on board with you, some with me, some all over the place. But I think a whole lot of people are excited. I think we would all agree Montreal has a real good chance of coming out hot in this one. And, you know, this is just the one thing you have to do. Don't start slow, right? You don't want to let the fans get into it. I want to see what Texier did at that home game not that long ago. Goal within the first 5 minutes. Or Kirby Doc's goal 30 seconds after Tampa scored. Something like that. Take the crowd out of it in Tampa. I know Texier was at home, but take the crowd out of it in Tampa and just get off and going, and don't let them even get a chance to fight back.
And I love the call out to Demidov here. And it also makes me think of guys like Lane Hutson, who you got to feel are going to contribute, are just so integral to everything that the Montreal Canadiens do. Because it really comes down to that Mamba mentality that Lane Hutson, that even Ivan Demidov have. Because they're some of the players that are the biggest, like, basically guys that are at the rink all the time, right? Like gym rats all the time. And that means, like, they love the game. But it also, what does that mean, Josh? It means that, like, they want it in those certain points. Like, you're not going to the gym. You're not spending all this time like Lane Hutson in the offseason. They have to tell, like, management, like, okay, Lane, like, set him aside. Ask him kind of, like, can you maybe, like, consider not practicing here today? Because these guys just want to be out there. And, again, they love the game of hockey, but they also, there's that competitive spirit, which, again, like Martin St. Louis was asked recently about, like, what's the biggest thing for you about Lane Hutson that stands out the most? And he actually took some time to think about it. Right? Because there's a lot of good things that come to Lane Hutson when, like, what's good about him. Maybe a Hall of Fame player. That's how I feel, right? Again, I'm partial Habs fan, homer here. But he really said it was his compete. That's the big thing about Lane Hutson that really separates him from everybody else. So, again, you know, you got to feel like that's what's going to matter in these key games. I'm going to look to guys like Hutson and, again, to obviously guys like Demidov. And not to say that Tampa doesn't have that, because they've been to those spots. Like, they're there because they have guys like that. But I like in Montreal, we're building the right way. Like, we have our own version now. And for me, like, guys, again, that truly have that, and I think it's so important, that heart. Hudson comes to mind, obviously Demidov again. We're talking about Slafkovsky. Yeah. I think truly, like, he steps up to the plate. He cares about this team. I think it's fair to say, despite nobody's perfect, he's growing. He's 30-goal player, right? Like, so amazing. But, like, he cares. It's one thing you can say about Slafzilla. Obviously, guys like Dobson as well. The list really, and Nick Suzuki, Cole Caufield, obviously their own way. Like Cole, he's not going to celebrate after each goal the way he does, which I want to see so badly tonight. We're manifesting that, unless he truly cares about this team. So, again, look for guys to, like Ivan Demidov and Hutson, though, especially, to really carry that torch here tonight.
Yeah, and like, well, speaking of, like, carrying the torch, is like, the fact that we're saying that these guys this young can do that is so crazy, but it's true, right? Like, Suzuki is the captain, like you mentioned, the top line, like, you're kind of expecting that in a way. Like, yeah, it's playoffs, game 7, carry that torch. And mind you, Slav is also insanely young. But then Hutson and Demidov, like, just, you know, second year and then a rookie player, and like just so much ridiculous stuff that the expectations are high, but we know that they can match them. Yeah, Demidov has been held off the scoreboard a little bit in this series, but he's a rookie. This is his second playoff series. We got to remember that back to last year, but at the same time, like, it's not like he hasn't had chances. He's had a whole lot. He just hasn't been able to capitalize, thanks to Andrei Vasilevskiy. So, yeah, there's a whole lot of guys that could lock in, but as they're showing on the screen, Jakub Dobeš, this guy, you know, when you talk about X factors, yes, Noah Dobson could be one. The goaltending battle has been a major story. Andrei Vasilevskiy, 2-2 record career in Game 7s, but with a .945 save percentage and a 1.51 GAA. The game is getting ready to start. And what I will do, I will pause it once the puck is dropped. And once the puck is dropped for Jesse, he will say, puck is dropped. Every one of you, Pause when the puck is dropped if you want to sync up with us, so you're watching at the same time. Pause right as the opening faceoff happens. Jesse will say the puck is dropped, and then we will all unpause at the same time, and we will all be synced up. On my end here, we're getting ready. I'm getting ready, Jesse. Are you ready? The fans are wishing good luck. This is going to be a heck of a game as I just paused it on the opening draw.
Absolutely. Big game here. Just getting loaded up here. Absolutely. And let's drop it.
Let's drop it. Here we go. Game is on. Alex Carrier starting on the back end here. Juraj Slafkovsky, Jake Evans, and Ivan Demidov to start this game. Jesse, I'm already going back with that. Not going with the top line to start this game. Again, once again, Jesse, he's done this a few times. He's teased lines and warm-ups and then not gone with them. I kind of love the sneakiness.
You gotta love it again. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He's not to be outdone. There's a lot to be said about Cooper potentially bullying the refs here. And again, that's part of that gamemanship. Martin, like, how can he respond? That's the big thing, right? Because there's one thing, we're not going out, for lack of a better term, like punks, right? Like, we're not going to be bullied out of this series in one way. Martin St. Louis is going to use his smarts to really get the upper hand in this big Game 7.
Yeah, it's what he's got to do. He's done a great job of that so far. In 1938, there was an icing on Montreal to start this game, but Mike Matheson takes it back. We're opening with Matheson and Carrier. Slafkovsky sending it across the ice, Carrier chipping it in deep. So right now, the forecheck is going to be a huge story of this game as Jake Evans is already getting on the puck and winning a possession battle in the corner. Back to Matheson, getting ready to fire it. Oh, okay, here we go. We got some interesting stuff going on at the blue line. We're seeing some lines switching up. Caufield's out there now. Hutson's out there getting some changes. I think both teams are a little nervous, but they're both very excited, and we're going to see a whole lot of fast-paced hockey tonight.
You got to love it. Just seeing the boys moving again. That's what's going to be all about for Montreal is, again, moving your feet. Like, what's a big part of Lane Hutson's success despite his size? It's moving, right? And for me, that really is just symbolize exactly what Montreal needs to do tonight. It just kind of really move their feet, play to that speed game, and good things are going to happen as a result. They'll create the bounces they need in this game.
That's exactly what we need. Bounces getting created for us, by us. And just getting the puck on the net is going to be a huge part of that. And Lane Hutson gets it to center, getting kind of held on by Brandon Hagel, but we're going to expect a whole lot of that as, once again, no surprise, it's Josh Anderson taken on by two Tampa players into the boards because Anderson is too much of a physical specimen to be handled by just one player alone. So far, hard to tell much, right? 2 minutes in, the teams are just kind of doing their own thing. A little bit of a forecheck there. That kind of looked like it was offside, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Anyway, we got Gouli at the point, sending it towards the net. It's tipped and it's covered by Vasilevskiy. But it's just that, Jesse, right there. A little harmless-looking point shot from Gouli. Texier nearly got a tip in front. Like, this is the kind of play that can make or break your entire season.
Can we just say that both teams look so good? And that's why we're just hyped, just as fans of hockey. Like, we love it, but obviously we love the Montreal Canadiens, but just as a fan of the sport, like, how tremendously close. Again, this series has been incredibly close. We know that in the first round, 22 out of 24 postseasons have gone to at least a Game 7, right? Like, just on average, you know, statistically speaking, it's something that's going to happen a lot. The Montreal Canadiens are embracing it, but we're just so incredibly hyped. Like, I think the Habs are looking good. I think Tampa's looking to kind of get in, and they're going to get their chances. But what Habs are doing early is, again, can we just get the puck out? And you made such a great point about Noah Dobson. Again, in the pregame, we talked about how he contributes offensively, defensively, but also with that experience. I think it's so important. But, like, the most important thing is getting the puck out. Because it's all for naught otherwise, Josh. Like, right? Like, we need to be able to exit the puck, get on the offense, and that's where Noah Dobson really just is so many birds, you know, get so many birds with just one stone.
Yeah, 100%. Dobson, and speaking of him, he's on the ice now, taking his first shift, and he was kind of going at it with Gergensons in the corner, though. Dobson already kind of looking, he's holding his hands a bit high. I don't know, you got to imagine his hand is not at 100%, but for those of you who didn't know, Dobson is in tonight in place of Arbor Jackeye. It won't be 7 defensemen. Jackeye is not playing tonight. So they chose to go with Struble over Arbor Jackeye, and some people don't love the choice.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Jason Patrick saying, just checking in now, I'm so nervous. Feel like my hands are shaking already. Hey, it's all right. I'm getting ready. I see someone say Dobby, so maybe something comes up here, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. As Struble goes into a puck battle in the corner, hoping we can see some more Dobson soon. He had a solid little first shift, but he was kind of stuck in his own zone, and that's not where we want to see Noah Dobson. Puck battle in the corner. Tampa coming out with it. A lot of puck battles. Again, Team Montreal's not going to make it easy on Tampa. Another shot from the point. Dobesh gloves it down. And off we go. Bolduc sending a pass out. Montreal on the rush with Texier. I mean, already, Montreal really not bowing down easy at all. Fighting in every single board battle. Not allowing Tampa to get any good chances so far. I think you could argue Montreal has maybe had some better chances, even if Tampa's had more possession time.
You got to be really proud of how they're just playing right now. They're looking to support, right, and like make it easy on each other where they're not having to make these Hail Mary passes. Like everybody's in good support while obviously not bunching up together, which is so important, right? So I'm just loving right now how we're looking to just make it easier for each other in the defensive zone and helping us to break out as a result, as we're seeing.
Yeah, Dobson with a fantastic save there. A little left pad save. Puck was on the ground. Helped spring a breakout. Exactly. And now it's Demidov and Jake Evans fighting in the corner out there with Slafkovsky once again. So it looks like it is going to be Slav with Demidov with either Evans or Danault. And we saw Marty switching them based off of the face-offs last game.
Unreal.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, we're not switching up from the last couple games, but I think we will see, just like Marty did in past games, in a moment where you need them, you're going to deploy that top line, especially if Tampa got caught on a bad change, an icing, things like that. That's exactly where you're going to see the top line come back out as Hutson makes a little move with the blue line. Hutson does not look scared at all, though that little bit of an ill-advised shot as Tampa's coming out with numbers the other way. A little bit of a 3-on-2, not really stifled, and the puck goes out of play. 15:26 left in the first. Shots are 3-1 Tampa. But once again, I don't necessarily think that means Tampa's really outplaying Montreal so far, though, you know, that one chance there on Dobson. Dobson made a nice little save, not to mention a little hit that we saw there on Gage Gonsalves, too.
It's totally to be expected. I like how both teams are playing, and again, we're looking to be really smart with our park management. I think if you're Montreal, you're just controlling on what you can. And they're just putting the puck in good spots to make themselves successful. If ever I'm seeing Hutson early in the game kind of shimmy shaking a little bit by the blue line, looking like he's getting to rhythm, that's exactly what I want to see if I'm Martin St. Louis.
Yeah, getting Hutson going, getting him ready. I like, he is just, on any given night, could be the best player in the game, in the series, right? You know, we've had a lot of good Hagel games, and obviously Kucherov's insane, but Lane Hutson's ability to do what he can do is completely game-breaking at times. As we see Caufield attempt a one-timer there, even just attempting that one-timer this early in the game is good for Caufield, who's been held really to like one shot a game in most games. And right there, yeah, not going to register as a shot, but just getting that chance, right? Just getting that look at the net, getting familiar, getting comfy with Suzuki out there, just trying to put it on Vasi. Again, you talked about it before, as we currently see a stat on screen. 25% of all the Game 7s in history have required an overtime. So, you know, we're talking about close game of inches. Statistically speaking, there's a real good chance that this game is going to be decided by one goal or less. One goal, because that's been over half of the Game 7s ever. And so far this series, this game, there was nothing to indicate that this won't be going down to the wire too.
The sample size just, again, reinforces the point that there's a high statistical probability that it absolutely will, guys. Get your soda, get comfortable, right? Because we might be in for a doozy here tonight, and we're here for it, right? Like, that's what makes it so exciting. What is of note in all of this here, Josh, is that both teams are 2-1 on the road, showing that each team has had success on the road again, right? So again, that's very good for Montreal Canadiens here in this Game 7. That being said, their power play is a little bit better on the road as well. So again, we're excited. And if you're excited again for the Habs and you guys are having fun, because we love having you guys again here with us, we want to see, like, give us a W here in the chat if you think that they're going to be able to get the big win here tonight, and let us again know which player do you think is going to be able to get it, because we want to really, it's all about kind of manifesting that here tonight. And again, subscribe to the channel, like, if you're having fun with us. This is the first time that you're here. If you want to see this more, obviously, because Josh, if we're getting to the second round here, like, are you feeling like, are you up for this, some more of this right here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We got to involve the fans in more of it. I love doing these watch-alongs. We get so many people sharing in this excitement at once. Yeah, like we said, we're not going anywhere. When we advance to the second round, we'll be doing a whole lot more of these. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We got to see those more W's. We only had 5 or 6 people said it. We need more. Everyone that's in the chat, we got to get the Habs to know that we're supporting them. As we see Eric Chernak going at Brendan Gallagher. Chernak missing a couple teeth. Gally has probably missed a few in his day. You know, it is what it is. A bit of a size mismatch there. The Slovakian Chernak, the national team teammate of Juraj Slafkovsky, but Gallagher making his presence felt right away, Jesse. Not waiting, getting right up in the face of one of the bigger, more physical Tampa players, and that's exactly what you love to see, even if we're only going to see him in bursts tonight. Some people thought he might have come out of the lineup for an 11-7 formation with Dobson, but no, he's out there already, and he's trying to make his mark today.
It's exactly what I like to see, and again, this is so important for winning the game, because again, we're coming into the 7th game, and when you're in, like, let's say like a boxing match, and you're getting into that final round, of course the mental component, it's part of been very tight. Who's going to really break You have to feel it's by being relentless. It's by keeping on them, getting them tired, putting pucks in deep, forechecking over the course of this series. Again, making them skate. That's the way that's really going to make them blink for us to be able to get the win. But that's what it's going to really take. And it does come down to that mental aspect of the game. Of course, Brendan Gallagher not waiting to bring that to the table here tonight.
Yeah, and he's getting a chance with some very interesting line mates, right? So he's going to try and make the most of the minutes that he does get in this game as we see the Doc Texier Bolduc line back out there with Noah Dobson on the back end. As Doc sends a pass to Texier, it's not going to be icing as it's Lilleberg and Texier racing for the puck in the corner. It's Tampa who looks like they're going to come away with it, but once again, a nice forecheck by Bolduc almost forces a turnover, but a bit of back and forth here. Again, Montreal not getting a ton of crazy chances. There's some collisions at the blue line, no interference called. You know, we wonder with Wes McCauley and Chris Rooney in this game how the game's going to be called. You can't even think about that if you're the players. You're just going out there. You got to play your game. Let it come to you. You got to set the tone, right? The refs are going to benefit the team, too, that sets the tone no matter who they are. So having Montreal come out, laying these hits early, being physical, setting that presence, something they've done pretty well all series. And I really expect that to make a big difference in this game, too.
And just the fact that we haven't had any penalties 7 minutes into this game, you have to feel bodes well for the Montreal Canadiens, sets a precedent in terms of how the refs will officiate this game. And again, I just love, we're just playing it simple. We're getting the puck in deep. Something I love about that, let's just keep playing that game. We're putting it also in very good spots. I think better spots to be able to get that. And I think that that's going to translate to opportunities as the game progresses, of course.
It really will. And Montreal is going to get their opportunities. Tampa has outshot Montreal in general. And, you know, one shot in the first 7.5 minutes is not exactly what you want, but it's been a couple of block shots already, just like that one there. Galley missed the net on one. Like, there's been chances, right? And Montreal's very efficient with when they put the puck on the net. Now, Montreal does have a lot of their shots blocked as well, but Montreal's good at blocking shots too. So keeping Tampa to the outside is going to matter as Suzuki tries to spring a breakout here. Montreal is going to, just try and play in transition. That's what we're really going to need to do. Dobson has only played a few limited minutes so far, Jesse. He's not out there now, but I will say, he looks pretty comfortable. I mean, I don't know. We're going to see how the game goes on, but having a comfortable Dobson, I think, is going to be a huge difference maker here as we see a one-timer. And that hit the post or someone in front from Matheson. I'm not sure, Jesse, but it's Tampa coming the other way with Brandon Hagel. Nice little defensive play by Matheson. The puck's broken up. Montreal's that close to opening the scoring. Only 9 minutes in off a Mike Matheson point shot. Again, this is exactly what you want to see.
All about setting those precedents, getting those opportunities. You're not going to knock at the door. Again, we know it's not going to be easy. We had our best game of the series in Game 6. Now, the Montreal Canadiens are going to need to even up that here in Game 7. By getting these early opportunities, they're showing that they're up to the task.
They are, and Slav and Demidov nearly connected as well on a nice passing play, but couldn't quite get it over to Demidov's stick as we watch a replay. This Matheson shot was a bit of a knuckler, and it came in. It hit Darren Radish's side right next to the net. Not sure if that was going in or not, but going the other way, a great defensive play to stifle Brandon Hagel. Great stick by Matheson, knocking that out of the air. But Tampa did get an icing, so we're going to get a face-off next to Vasilevskiy. Yeah, again, shots 3-1, but we have a Gallagher shot that just missed the net, a Matheson shot that got blocked right next to the net, and a couple of passes that didn't connect. I'm liking how Montreal is starting this game.
A lot. And again, I'm trying to contain my excitement here because I know it's about staying composed. And again, it's staying calm through the storm here tonight, through the chaos, as Martin St. Louis mentioned. But am I wrong not to say Montreal Canadiens need to bring a little bit of chaos? They need to create a little bit of chaos of their own here tonight by getting in front of the net, busing, getting Vasilevskiy to work here, which is an aging Tampa Bay team. Again, bring the fight to them. I think that they need to be the aggressor in this Game 7. They're not going to win by being passive. They need to bring the attack. And obviously by getting offensive zone time and winning some draws there, that's definitely going to help with that effort.
Yeah, well, it's Slafkovsky there. 2 shots. I'm not sure if that first one hit the post, but it was that close to going in again. Then got another one-timer, and it was just kicked out by Vasilevskiy. Slav making a huge impact on this game. He was also the one that brought it into the zone. And also just a minute ago, Jesse, we watched Noah Dobson uncork a one-timer from the point. I will be honest, it didn't look full strength, but he's still not afraid to rip it as we get another replay here of this Slav shot. Little toe drag shot. That's a Bedard-like release, and it hit the crossbar. Montreal's hit a Darren Radish in front, and Slav has hit the crossbar all within the first half of this first period. Again, bit of a dream start here, but you just need to put one past Vasi. He's not going to make it easy, but you just beat him. You can see the black mark on that post. Already, that's probably, like, at least in Vasi's head a little bit, just like, okay, they already beat me with a shot. I got to lock in.
Part of the mental battle. And again, part of winning that as well is taking the crowd out of it. And can we chat? Can we just also like feel how Tampa is noticing the chances we're getting? Like they're starting to feel a little bit scared. And again, taking their crowd out of it again is just going to be so incredibly important here in this game here tonight, you know. And again, it's really that support that Montreal's getting is going to be obviously so important. Josh, like, I think it's only fair to say, like, should we do a sub goal here for tonight? Do you think? That would be appropriate?
I think so,
What are
too.
you feeling for that?
Well, let's say 26,550. I think we can get to that. We got over 50 subs in the last stream. So if you're watching for the first time and you're not subscribed, hey, we're here literally every single day with all the latest Habs news content just like this. So make sure you hit that button down below. You can see the counter down there. We'd love to have that hit 26,550 before the end of the night. Thank you for tuning in as we get a short side shot by Tampa and another one-time shot from the point. It's Dominic James behind the net trying to set up. Who was that in front? It's hard to tell. But anyway, right now, Tampa putting the pressure right back on, just like Montreal did on the other end. Shots now 4-3 Tampa with 9 minutes and 15 seconds left in this first period. Cross the halfway mark. Next whistle is going to be a break as Dobson having to stand tall here. Tampa, a few chances in a row here. Montreal not able to clear it out of their zone. Tampa is peppering Jakub Dobson. They're just ripping it at the net every chance they get. Montreal has a few tired skaters out there as Tampa steps out in front. And it looks deflected. Dobson makes another save, but Tampa recovers it again. Jesse, this is one of the biggest sustained pressures I've seen from Tampa all series. Montreal finally gets the clear, and it's Bolduc who actually is going to go in alone here. And sorry, a little backhand. Staving off that kind of thing feels almost as good as a penalty kill sometimes.
Bending but not breaking. But of course, like, let's just give, as well as the guys are playing in front of them, I think again, but not bend, but not break, because obviously that's the Tampa's game, is they're looking for volume right now. But look at Jakub Dobson, the young rookie goaltending sensation. Yes, we're gonna hype him like that here on Habs Digest. Standing tall in front of his net, he's coming out and he's forcing mistakes. He's forcing shots that are hitting the post, missed nets, all these different things here. And I feel like he's just a huge factor in this game here, where they're young, right? Like there's not this massive scouting report out on him. And if you're Tampa, you're like, who's this young goalie coming out of nowhere, stymieing us, basically it's a shootout going into overtime last night. Jakub Dobson has been a massive factor in this series so far, and he's just continuing that strong body of work here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, everyone noticing, except for Henrik Lundqvist, apparently, when he did his rankings, everyone noticing how impactful Dobson has been in these playoffs. One of the best goalies in the playoffs. So many incredible games so far. As right now, Tampa is going to dump it in as Struble, who goes to recover behind Dobson. But we talked about it last game. Like, Dobson getting those tough saves out of the way early. Now you're locked in, right? No first shot, late first shot going to catch you by surprise. No, Dobson knows what he needs to do. As is Demidov going in there trying to draw a penalty. Don't think they're going to call that. Well, I think he just kind of tripped. I think that's fine. Maybe he didn't get the stick in his legs. But again, Demidov, Evans, and Slafkovsky all out there together. They've made a big impact tonight. This is one of the best lines I've seen. Demidov tries to set up Slafkovsky in front, but couldn't connect. A lot of back and forth here, right? A lot of teams taking these calculated risks, and it's paying off a little bit, right? Tampa and Montreal alike. And, in a Game 7, when you got nothing to lose, you really got to just constantly do that as much as you can.
Yeah, you're not going to win by stepping back. It's really, again, being smart, controlling, keeping that composure. But at the same time, what's been the game winners again, right? It's like Hutson making that bold play to Tessier down the flank, right? It's having the courage to make those type of plays. Now, that being said, that's what's going to benefit us, I think, from having the best overall defenseman in this game here in Lane Hutson, because few players, Josh, have the confidence to do the type of plays we're seeing already in this game, the way he's dancing, walking the blue line, the type of pass he's capable from. The shot, Josh, that is just coming out of nowhere. Like, if that continues, like the arsenal that he's going to have here, like, don't think that could potentially not be a factor in this game here. We know the playoffs, it's another season. He's shown that that's a weapon now at his disposal, and I'd love for us to see a little bit more from that here tonight. Like, would you like to see the slapper a little bit more from our boy Lane Train here tonight, Josh?
He has one of the hardest slap shots. I think it was the second or third hardest slap shot that has gone in for a goal in these playoffs so far, like 90+ miles an hour. You can
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I think he's so tiny, but like it just works. So I mean, you give it to him. As Dobson comes out of the net to play the puck, he's a bit of a psycho. He's been making some crazy saves, but it's exactly what you want to see. Right now, we've somehow also avoided the TV timeout because it's just icing after icing after icing, and you can't go to a timeout after an icing. We're at 6 minutes and 3 seconds left in this period, and Jesse, we have not had a single commercial break. This is a fast first period, only 6 minutes left, and it's only 6:30. We're 30 minutes, really like 20 minutes into this game, and the first period is nearly coming to an end, as Montreal's going to get a chance here. Now, I'm assuming, will we see Suzuki, Caufield, Slafkovsky? No, it's Suzuki with Anderson and Caufield. Dobson's on the ice, ripping a one-timer off the blocker of Vasilevskiy. So we're seeing Dobson, Jesse. He's using that weapon, but now we should finally get a chance to go to a break here. But Noah Dobson, the fact that we're seeing him out on the ice, ripping these one-timers, second one of the game, that one looked a lot harder, maybe going a bit wide, but that's exactly what we want to see. It's been a high-intensity game so far, but still 0-0. Still 0-0. It's unbelievable, right? Like, someone's going to break through. I don't know. After last game, I'm ready for a long one here.
What can you expect? Again, here, just this game is so close. Can we just give a shout-out again to our boy Jakub Dobson? Like, how good he is looking in the net. He is crisp. Like, it's just giving me reassurance, Josh. I'm not nervous. I'm not worried. Right? Like, we're ready here for just playing hockey. It's rolling by here in the first period. We know the boys are as well, but when you see your goalie just playing so well here, it obviously just needs to get you tremendously excited. Josh, I think here at the intermission, though, we should probably ask the fans real quick. We just get a quick poll up. How are you guys feeling right now about the call? Obviously, we're happy to have Noah Dobson in the lineup, but having him over Jayden Struble over the lineup over Arber Xhekaj, who's also been so good in this tournament. I'm just obviously in these postseason. I'm going to trust in Martin St. Louis. He's been so good all season long. In these playoffs, he's impressed me, right? Again, I'm a homer, full disclosure there. But at the same time, like, let us know. Like, do you agree that Struble was the right decision? Yes or no? We'd love to hear from you all.
Yeah, I'm going to get this going right now. Let's see. Was scratching Xhekaj the right decision? Yes, Struble is the right choice. No, Xhekaj should be playing. All right, let's get that going. Because I see some people in chat who are already very vocal about this whole thing. But yeah, anyway, I understand. Arber Xhekaj is a fan favorite. He brings a big level of physicality. My take is here. Yeah, again, I just trust Marty. If I had to make the decision just based off what I've seen, I probably would have picked Struble. But in a game that you have to imagine is probably just going to be playing hockey, there's going to be a bit of physicality, but not close to what we saw in the first few games of this series. You just want to play pure hockey? I give Struble the edge there. I think Struble, in general, in terms of, just doing what Montreal wants to do on the ice with the puck, I could understand the logic for having him over Arber Xhekaj. Arber has made, he makes a few more errors than Struble typically does, but I really think we're going to miss the physicality of Xhekaj. I would have personally had Xhekaj in, and so far the poll is reflecting that, but I like the chat there from Siklos. I stand with St. Louis, and I do too. I think we trust him as the puck is dropped with 5:59 left in the first period. Shots are 7-3 for Tampa, as Tampa breaks out the other way with numbers, but they slow up at the blue line as this Brandon Hagel, rips it on net, but it's deflected just in front of Dobson, and no harm, no foul, nothing going on here. But yeah, I think both teams are playing aggressively to some extent, Jesse, but also, you can tell, no one wants to be the first one to make a mistake either, which is partially what we saw last game, and why it was 0-0 for so long. These teams know that one little mistake is going to cost them, so cautious, but calculated risks, I think, is how they're going to keep going. But yeah, right now, it's just neither team really trying to give the other team any kind of opportunity at all.
That's the theme of this game. That's one of the most important things here is you really want to just trust the process if you're the Montreal Canadiens. One of the things where they were able to improve their defensive game was just by playing a little bit safer defensively. Of course, there's some specific things, but a lot of that just comes down to decision making a lot of the time. So, of course, that's a big thing that we're going to need to look for the Montreal Canadiens, and we love Lane Hutson, but of course, we're going to need for him to be conservative at moments, and we're not trying to stop him. That's one of the biggest balances that Martin St. Louis needs to make, is finding that creativity between also that structure and that balance. And I think as this team's really developing, gain that maturity, they're making those stronger decisions where, again, we need to be aggressive, we need to go for it, but we also need to be quick to know when to prioritize that defensive game as well.
Yep, and I think Montreal's done a good job recently of figuring it out, as there's a chance in close with Gage Gonçalves, a nice little toe drag, but once again, it's just Dobson in the right spot. Gonçalves had nowhere to go. Dobson predicted the deke, and he was right there. Couldn't stuff it 5-hole, as a lot of players like to do on that little move, and it's what it looked like Gonçalves was trying to do. Didn't quite have the room to elevate the puck, and Dobson was out too far anyway. But Dobson with a fantastic play in net. Like, the thing is, like, yeah, great save by Dobson. We can't allow Tampa to get in that close. Now, it was a good toe drag, but this is the kind of thing, like, I'm sure Marty's telling the boys, hey, settle down. Now the chances are starting to lean a little bit in Tampa's favor. Montreal gets, yeah, there we go. It's deflected into, it won't be an icing. So Montreal just needs to continue. And this line so far with Demidov and Slav and Evans has really been the catalyst of Montreal's offense, as we nearly saw another demi shot. Lane Hutson back over to Noah Dobson, who, again, just lofts it towards the net. That's what you need to see. Lane Hutson pinching in. As Tampa comes out the other way in numbers, another potential for a 2-on-1. Jake Evans hustling back. Nick Paul. It's Dobson again. The mask comes off. I mean, Jesse, he's everywhere. Jakub Dobson is keeping Montreal in this game. I won't say single-handedly right now, but, certainly not the, last couple minutes that Marty would have wanted. But when you have a guy like Dobson in net, you just feel calm. And I think that's really going to help the players here for these final few minutes and heading into the rest of this game.
And it all really starts in the neutral zone, as we're seeing, right? We're just allowing it too easy for them to gain some speed and then come onto the offensive zone quickly. So it's just going to be really important to take it easy. And again, that comes out to making those calculated decisions of sometimes backing up a little bit in the neutral zone so you're not getting beat so quick, so you can obviously, at the very least, slow up the entry. Yeah,
you're just going to need to make it harder at the blue line. Tampa's kind of waltzing in, kind of doing whatever they want, it's all right. But when Jakub Dobson is in net, again, like I said, it doesn't matter. As currently Gage Gonçalves, that was, if we look at the advanced stats, that play there alone had basically a 0.3 expected goal. So 1 out of 3 times that's expected to go in. But right now, in terms of Habs forwards, Suzuki, Anderson, Caufield, the best forward line, 80% of the expected goal share while they're out there. Tampa is dominating in general in terms of expected goals, but a few Habs are doing well. That top line, we talked about it. That's where we need the chances to come from. In terms of individual players, Slaf leads the Habs in individual expected goals just because of his 2 chances, because of his 2 shots. But, again, this is a small sample. It's just a bit of the first period, and the game is still 0-0, right? So the first goal of this game, I think, I feel like, I don't want to say next goal wins territory. That's ridiculous. But in a game like this, in a series like this, the first goal has decided these games so often, right? And it's very rare in history for a team to have a comeback win in a game 7. Only about, I think, 20 or 25% of the time. The first goal of this game is the biggest goal of this game. It doesn't matter, right? So finding a way to break through, finding a way to settle down here, it's what Montreal's going to need to do. And again, Tampa has that veteran experience. Montreal's still a bit younger. They're still trying to learn as things go on. But again, I can't help but feel like they're watching what Dobson is doing, and Martin's gonna be like, fellas, lock in now. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the Habs bounce back from these last few minutes.
And you're right to highlight Dobson here. And again, Josh, we're still feeling confident. We're feeling really good about this team. Why? Because if this team is showing, if they just get a little bit of goaltending, we know there was a little bit of a saga with Montembeault, who started this team as a starter, no longer with us whatsoever. It was a little bit, as soon as we got into that goaltending flow, we got that, this team started having success. Yeah. And it's often those early saves early, we weren't getting that, and then we were getting behind as a result. Not the issue here in this postseason. Not the issue here in this game 7, where Jakub Dobson, again, is not only making saves, but Josh, how good is he looking in those prime toe drag in the slot? And it's like a no-brainer. Like, Dobson's legs are just looking like 8 feet themselves right now. Like, just making those saves. Like, he has to be like the best player right now for the Montreal Canadiens. Like, just his mindset, his attitude, his technique, his confidence that he's showing in the net right now. Just has to get the boys amped up that, again, it's just about really holding it down. They're just going to do their job, and we're going to get our chances the other way as well.
Yeah, Montreal had a really solid first 10 minutes, a rough 5-minute stretch there, but that's it. And both teams are going to have those, and it's a huge positive to see Dobson. And overall, again, this team is going to figure it out, right? Little stretches of a few minutes where you can't get things going. That's going to happen as Newhook sets it out to Alex Carrier. A couple of chances, can't bury the puck, as Montreal right away, as if on cue, generates some incredible chances in front of Tampa's net, getting Tampa on the back foot. So right now, you got to capitalize on this as Matheson wipes out behind his own net, trying to pass the puck out. I don't know what the heck happened there. Matheson lost his balance trying to...
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
We love Matheson. It's going to happen sometimes with him.
That's what he does. He's a smooth skater. We're hopefully going to see a replay of what happened here. The puck was just penned up in the corner for so long, but Alex Newhook with a great pass to Carrier. I think the first shot was blocked, and Carrier just fanned on the second one. This is what, I mean, how many times, I can't really blame him, it's a knuckle puck on a rebound, but how many times this series has Montreal fanned on the puck, missed the net, or hit a post? It's happened so much in this series, right? We have chances to get more shots, but we're missing the net, right? We're whiffing on stuff. Getting those locked in, hey, that's going to make a huge difference in this game as well. I feel like I've said a bunch of things as Tampa tries to get a chance. Caufield springs Suzuki here with a one-handed pass over to Anderson. Back to Suzuki through the middle. Nice little dangles here from Suzuki. He's trying to set up Caufield through the crease, and it's going to bounce at Caufield's feet back up to Gouli, who's going to try and send it back in deep. And Tampa gets possession. One thing I will say is, Josh Anderson making a nice play on the forecheck is that I was going to say that a lot of Montreal's lines tonight have not been able to generate that sustained offensive zone time. And I know we are better on the rush, and that's where we score a lot of goals, but offensive zone time matters a whole lot. You know, both teams are fatigued. It's a game 7, so trying to just tire them out even more is big, and Anderson's done a real good job. How did the Habs score? It's deflected in front. It's Nick Suzuki. Deflects the Caden Gouli shot. Go, baby. Let's go get the horn sounding. Here we go. Caden Gouli shot. Nick Suzuki. You called it, man. We had a whole lot of people in chat calling it. It's Nick Suzuki who opens the scoring for Montreal in this Game 7. Most important goal of the night.
This is our leader getting it going. Everything starts with him. We know it's been a story so far in this series. The fact that him and Cole Caufield, even though they've been getting points as Nick Suzuki does, 100-point guy, the fact he's able to get the goal, be the guy getting the party started for this game, the all-important first goal in this Game 7. Again, giving us flashbacks of the Olympics there, scoring some big goals right when his team needs it.
Oh, and that deflects off of Moser and into the net, it looks like. It hit Suzuki and it hit Moser and it went in, but Jesse, you mentioned it. It's what we've been saying. Just get the pucks on net. You never know what's going to squeak by. Montreal gets a bit of a lucky bounce. We create the bounces for ourselves. It's exactly how you wanted to draw it up. Now, with this 1-goal lead, Montreal puts themselves in rare territory. Teams that have a lead in a Game 7 most of the time end up winning. Again, knock on wood, it's not a guarantee, but that's Suzuki's first goal of the playoffs, only his second 5-on-5 point. Gouli and Anderson picking up the assist. Gouli's third assist of this series as well, Jesse. Some fantastic hockey from, and again, it's not just the Suzuki himself doing it, but guys like Gouli and Anderson getting in on the play too. I just absolutely love it.
Guys, type believe in the chat if you believe in this team and what they can do. They've been here us all year long through the ups and downs of this young team. Again, type in believe. We need all hands on deck. As Marty says, that includes you. Yes, I'm talking to you. The support from the fans matter. The fact that you're here rocking with us, supporting the team, chatting with other people as well. You're not just keeping it yourself, you're magnifying, you're sharing that love with other people, which is what we know we need to do to really gain that momentum, to create that critical mass that the Habs need to do in a very tight Game 7 here. Again, it matters more than ever right now. Just what we're doing. Shout out to your boy, Caden Gouli.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, great shot from the point. Like, what's it going to take to get Vasi in a Game 7? Like, we know Vasi's good. We already know this already. Do we think that we're the next up and coming? Do we think that Jakub Dobson is the next Vasi 2.0? Yeah, we do. You know, but at the same time, it's like it's going to take a shot from the point. And it's going to get some type of deflection, right? It's going to take something dirty. Obviously, that was a high-skill play coming from Nick Suzuki, doing exactly what you need to do in the playoffs. This is our blueprint, boys. Like, we don't need to complicate it. Let's go back to the well. Let's get Slafzilla in front of the net. Let's let some pucks fire. Slaf, don't be afraid to shoot as well, because you know we're counting on you. We need your big boy. We know you can put a lot of mustard into that. So it's really about continuing that same type of play. And when we get a power play, Josh, can we just say this ahead of time? That the Habs this time, when they get it, I feel like they're not going to take so many passes. They're going to get a couple, 1, 2, they're going to shoot. Just a lot more of that. One set up, 1, 2, 3, shoot. They're going to get some rebounds again. Slafs is going to be able to retrieve it. 1, 2, 3, shoot. On that, I think that's going to be the formula here going tonight. I'm just so stoked here that we're getting the lead in a big Game 1.
Yeah, and that's a very, very good point. And again, something greasy to get past Vasi. And that's how you kind of knock the confidence too. It's like, like now we got to fight from behind, and Vasi got to be perfect, basically, right? Like if he lets in another goal, it's like, this is bad territory for Tampa. So Something greasy is what you need. This, fine. Yeah, lucky bounce doesn't matter. Great play by Suzuki. Again, you just got to touch the puck, and that's perfect. On the power play, trying to get some rebounds in front of the net. That's exactly what you're going to need to do. So just fire in it. Just let Vasi make some saves. He's going to cover a whole lot of them because he's fantastic, but that's exactly what we need to do. As we see a whole lot of people saying believe in chat, I want to see more people say believe. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We got 200 people here. We'd love to hit 26,550 because I know a lot of you watching are not subscribed as we are about to head back into this game. Oh boy, here we go. Captain Nick Suzuki. I love the emojis for Suzuki in the chat too. And yeah, I was so excited I forgot to put the goal on the board, but it's there now. It's 1-0, and the Habs are going to take this face-off. Oh my goodness, in their defensive zone, Tampa does win the face-off though, and looks like they're going to redo it, but that's okay, as it's Alex Newhook out there with Nick Suzuki. Hold on, no, it wouldn't have been an icing because you wouldn't have been able to go to break, so I'm not really sure what the line is here, but they're just showing Suzuki. I want to see who else is on the line here. They're just showing Suzuki. There is nothing else except Nick Suzuki right here. I think they're trying to reset the clock back to 52.9. That's exactly what they're doing. So, but I like the chat here as well, saying the Habs have to keep pushing. You know, you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. No sitting back. And second period's the best period statistically for Montreal. They give all their steam in the first period. Now they're out of energy. Yeah, Tampa's been trying to do a whole lot right now as Newhook passes it across, and the puck gets chipped in deep. It's Newhook out there with Dano and Suzuki, which is an interesting trio. I don't know. We're getting some weird stuff. 3 centers. And you know why? Marty wanted to have 3 centers out there for that defensive zone draw with less than a minute left. Yeah. And guess what happened? Montreal now gets a little bit of offensive zone time as we approach the 30-second mark left in this first period. And it's Dano down low. Just another great decision by Marty, Jesse. Making a great call, sending out 3 of his centers, leaving Jake Evans on the bench, but it allows Tampa to just not get any opportunity, and with only 15 seconds left, it's looking like Montreal's going to hold possession right to the end of this period.
Yeah, and again, it's like great coaching by Martin St. Louis, but to get the Game 7 victory, it's going to come down to really all levels of this team getting the win. And shout out to just Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon putting us in a good position to have somebody like Philip Deneau where you can ice him in situations like that, just being so handy again, right? Like, you got to feel like Montreal is truly a premier organization really right now in terms of the coaching, in terms of management, and now the on-ice product really in that order, right? When it happens organically as it should. So this team's really come together. This is important data as they're collecting. I like this very much for them as well as they make their plans in the future. As this playoffs really goes on, they're able to make more reads. What does this team need? And really be able to address that in the long term, but also in the short term, which is the exciting part for us in the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, short term, I'm not gonna just in this game. Like let's just and already we're seeing the dividends, right? And we're gonna grab a few stats here as we talk during the intermission. Want to make sure you guys are seeing everything we're seeing because this game so far has been incredible. We can see Tampa, and you guys can't see this yet, but we'll grab some of these here. Tampa's had a couple shots in close, but again, the difference in this game so far. I mean, yeah, Nick Suzuki's goal, obviously, but it's Suzuki scoring and Jakub Dobeš. Because Tampa, they have played some unbelievable hockey in stretches in this period. But right now, Montreal's got 67% chance to win per money puck, even if the expected goals lean slightly in Tampa's edge. And actually, Alex Carrier leading the Habs in expected goals after that one play where Newhook sends it up. I don't know why they have Fowler here for goalie stats, but I'm going to grab just some of the metrics for our lines so far, and then we're going to discuss some of this here at the intermission. But Jesse, overall, and I want everyone in chat, let us know, how do you feel for that period? Was it good period or bad period? Leave a thumbs up if it was a good period, thumbs down if it was bad, or just say Y for yes, it was a good period, N for no, it was a bad period. Y or N in chat right now. Let us know how you're feeling because there's a whole lot to dive into here, and I'm going to just grab the defensive metrics too. But Jesse, how are you feeling after that one? Because I can't help but feel pretty good.
I'm just feeling incredibly hyped right now. Can we get a light spike going here? It's Game 7. Again, first round, this young and upcoming team, youngest team, just to give some love to the Montreal Canadiens. More, I wish it was really a love button, right? So we could kind of just smash that right now because that's how we're feeling about this team because they care about us, right? Like, we're having good vibes. Subscribe to the channel if you're rocking with us. If you're just getting 1% of value being here and that is adding to your experience in any type of way. If you've been here with us for a minute, you watch some game, the videos, the lives every single Monday, we don't miss there. I submit to you the idea now is the time to do it. We're here in Game 7 where we're here for the long haul so that we can provide you the best amount of value, Josh. Like, we're doing 3 videos sometimes here when it's coming down to playoffs. Like, when it really matters, the elimination games, like, we're going hard. We recognize, we appreciate your support, that you guys are rocking with us. We know how intelligent you are. So when these times really matter, again, we know that we want to just do everything we can to really give you guys the value you guys need to be able to support this team. So again, we appreciate you guys rocking with us here today. Just incredibly excited is how I'm feeling here tonight, Josh.
Yeah, me too. And again, you guys in chat here are what make this possible. Make it possible for us to do multiple videos in a day. Video this morning, live stream during the game, video coming after, all this kind of stuff. And we're sharing it with you guys as we take a look in the chat too. All you guys sending your love. We're at 69 likes right now. Hey, that's pretty cool. Whoever's the 75th like, let us know in chat. I'll give you a big shout out. We're only now 5 away from 75. We'd love to hit 75 if you guys could help us out. It's just one click on the like button, but it actually helps us out so much. So many people spamming Y's in the chat for how good a period that was. Alex saying, I honestly really like the decision to sit Arbor for this game to put in Dobson over sitting Struble. Yeah, I mean, like, again, if it comes down to just puck movement and playing hockey, that's where I get the decision. And look, at the end of the day, we'll just, I think all of our feelings on this decision are going to be dictated by whether the Habs win or lose. And I think that's really all we can say, right? But right now we're leading. So far, looks like a good decision. People saying, let's keep it going. Let's go. Chat equals big brains. Number 70 is Victro. Shout out to you, Victro. Unliking to hit 75, says Sicklos. Well, I'll give you the 75 because we actually smashed 90 from that. So thank you all for being here. But Jesse, what do you say we get into some of these stats here, some of the little graphs from the first period to see how the Habs have been faring?
Let's break it down.
Let's break it down, as we always love to do here. We're going to get the chat up here. So right here is the scoring chances for both teams. Now you can see Montreal's chances are a little more spread out. Tampa has a few more towards the hash marks, towards the circles. But again, like, this just goes to show why Tampa has the edge currently in expected goals. That big red circle for Montreal, right between the hash marks, that is Alex Carrier on that pass from Newhook, as that got blocked, and then the rebound just didn't quite go in. But those two chances in close, the Gonsalves deke, great save by Dobson, the shot by Nick Paul, Dobson saving up high. Right now, that really is the difference in this game. Now, I will say, it's not leading super strong one way or the other. It was a fairly even period with a slight edge to Tampa, but guess what? The score says 1-0, and I think in large part, it just is Jakub Dobson making the most of his opportunity.
And one thing that you can really derive here from this heat map that we're looking at is the Habs are obviously prioritizing shots closer to the net, which is no mystery here. They're going to have less of a shot volume, but obviously they're looking for quality over quantity, which again is like such a, like, let us know in the chat, like, do you prefer, like, type in shot volume or quality over quantity? Like, what should be the style of play here going into the second period? We'd love, honestly, to hear from you. Again, we're not blowing smoke. Like, we have Rocco Richard level members here. Again, shout out Mark Orr. Keep the faith here. We're going to say that here in second intermission. Like, we know how smart you guys are. And, like, that's what's so cool about doing the job that Josh and I have, is getting to rock with you guys. Because again, we appreciate the feedback, right? Like, we're checking out the comment section, what you guys have to say. And I think we all grow like steel sharpens steel, right? If you're seeing the comment section, seeing great takes all the day, you're obviously going to come out the better for it. So obviously here, like, do you think it should be quantity over quality, or should it be like more of like a volume game? And it's always like such a tough thing, right? Because part of me in the playoffs, I really get the volume thing at a certain, like, at the right times. You don't want to get away from puck possession, because speed is all good for the Habs if you have the puck and you can dictate it.
Yeah.
So the way that they play, I actually like, maybe that's the reason why they want more of that, because again, that kind of can sometimes hurt us. You take the not the right shot, maybe you're just going to be a little bit too fancy with it. It can really hurt you. So again, I like being selective with the shots we're taking. Josh, like, what's your take? Do you think they should continue more of like the quality over quantity? The MO for the Habs, and you have to feel that's what they've done all season long? Or do you think like playoffs that came up, we got to switch, we got to adapt, we got to go to more of like a volume game?
Well, I think this is going to be a bit of a boring answer to start. I will give my answer for what I feel. I think if you're just the Habs, like, I don't think they're thinking. I think they're just like, I'm going to do whatever my brain tells me to do. And I think in a game 7, though, that does shift, right? And for me, after seeing what happened last game, I have a hard time not saying just get the volume up there. Because, like, if you just wait for the best shot and you don't have that high of a volume, as we saw last game, Andrei Vasilevskiy can win you that game. But if you're hammering 35, 40 shots, now, to be fair, Montreal also won a game where Tampa had 40 shots, but they were all from far away. You know, it is going to be a balance of both, but I think in this game, as we've seen already, the 1-0 lead, you just got to get the pucks on the net, man. And it's something that Montreal hasn't done quite as much, but already it's paying dividends. And Tampa's going to be the team on the back foot. So if you keep the pressure on by just getting the puck towards the net from the blue line, whatever, as long as there's no risk, like we saw on that 2-on-1 after Matheson shot, maybe an ill-advised shot just to get a shot up, as long as you're not making mistakes like that, I think it's okay. And we did have the question up in chat, and I'll read through some of those, but I do have to shout out TXCNTR, or is it Texanator? I don't know how you want it pronounced, but thank you so much for $5. Excuse me, I got so many drinks here. My coffee and my tea. My wife is sleeping. Montreal scores. I am the mouse. It's gonna be so hard not to scream. I can imagine.
Type in the chat.
Yeah. Just get hyped in the chat. Scream
Shout out.
Yeah, slam your keyboard. Right? No, but that's exactly it. I think I was so caught off guard by that first goal that I forgot to scream. I think you screamed for me, but this is the thing. Like, the emotions are gonna take the better of us. But thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the donation. I think a lot of people are kind of feeling the same way. It's gonna be hard not to yell during this one.
And we know, chat, like, we feel it, right? Because we care about this team. It's 1-0. We're feeling good. It's great that we got the start, but we're at because we care so much. And that's the thing about, like, not only the fan base, but isn't it funny, Josh, like, about the players as well? You could say, like, that's been the source of maybe the ills for Caufield or Nick Suzuki in terms of goal scoring, not because they're not skilled, it's because they care so much. Like, I really, truly believe, like, Cole Caufield in front of whiffing, that's like blasphemy in the regular season. You never see it. You can't tell me that that's not related to the mental part of the game. Hence why Marty says it's destiny. We're playing game 7. You want to exercise those demons. You need to play it. You need to get those experience. Again, you can't buy it. Marty echoing some of the same words that I said post game, like that type of experience. You literally cannot buy it. There's no way. You can't go around it. You need to go through it. And they're going through the motions right now. Great start of play here to begin it. I'm seeing, like, again, they're just putting the pucks in really good spot. For me, it just comes down to, call me old school, call me old fashioned. For me, it's about getting the grill of Vasi, staying comfortable, playing your game, trusting the process, but just, it's the playoffs, right? We know it wins. What's helped the Panthers so much? Just get the puck in good spots when you can go retrieve it. Trust that guys like Nui are going to do the rest from there.
Yeah, I think they're really going to be scrappy tonight, as I want to go to the chat and see the people who are answering the volume versus quality, because there were some great takes in here. I mean, we sent the question, and there's a bit of both here. People say it's going to be hard not to scream. Civilization saying quality over quantity. Jiffy saying shot volume, but then I see quality, and I see quality, but then volume mixed with quality, says Alex. But shot volume tonight for, again, specifically Vasilevskiy, says Hackdog. Go quality, says Jason. We don't want Vasi to get a few saves and feel confident. That's actually a pretty good counterpoint to what I said, where you just got to hammer him, right? But that's true. You can get a goalie into a rhythm, right? You can get a goalie into a rhythm if you're just sending it from far away, as we saw Dobson do, right? Just a few games ago. So there are counterpoints here, but it seems like a lot of people are saying against Vasi, yeah, you need quality. I think quality is the one that's winning out. But, like, honestly, at the end of the day, it is a boring answer to say, hey, it's a bit of both. But I do like that there's some split opinions here, because, you know, no one really knows what's actually going to end up working. What you're going to look at the end of the game and you're going to say, what's the score? Okay, well, what did this team do? Oh, they just kept shooting the puck at them? Okay, well, that's what they need to do again. Sometimes hockey is super random, but I love those takes. So right now, we talk about the Habs first period, how good it was. The second period's where we're going to really see the definition of this game. First period start up 1-0, fantastic. But you need to step on the gas even harder now. And there's a few lines that we're going to take a look at here. If we take a look at the first period, right now, the Doc Texier Bolduc line and the Newhook Dano Gallagher line, which were our third and fourth most used lines at 5v5 today, they're just not really getting it done. The Doc Texier Bolduc line has been hemmed in their own zone. Tampa has controlled over 90% of the shots while they're on the ice, and also 95% of the expected goal. Slafkovsky line and the Caufield Suzuki line have been great 5v5. Obviously, getting the actual goal helps a lot too. We know Slav has had a few chances himself. The bottom six, this is something that's been so good for Montreal all series, and actually seeing these numbers that they haven't been doing as well as maybe we are accustomed to, that tells me that they're due to bounce back. These have been the guys that have really propelled Montreal to be in this situation. So for me, the second period, it's going to be all about that bottom six, how they can defend against Tampa, number one, but how they can also go out there and just put more pressure in the offensive zone. Top guys are showing up so far, but if these guys can lock in just a little bit more, it is going to completely change the tone of this one.
Which they've shown they're capable of, Josh, but I'm going to be a little bit bullish here. I'm going to say it's gut check time.
Yep.
The guys, the bottom six, they've done our work getting us here. They've held it down. Now it's time for the top line to really get to work. Or at least that top six, right? Which is nice. And Cole Caufield's doing that early, which is so amazing to see. Again, we've heard the comments between Josh and Caufield being maybe like distant cousins, twins. Like, you're gonna need to settle that once and for all for us here, Josh, because like, you know, we're still have our questions here, right? We know you're a talented guy, but at the same time, like, to highlight that is like, can we just talk about Juraj Slafkovsky? Yes, we're partial here, founders of the Savzilla Club.
Yeah.
Going back to years, yes, the originators on all of this here, because we believe in the guy, because he can offer us that versatility in a game 7 when it really matters. Where again, like, the idea is we're looking to really diversify our attacks. Marty's looking to diversify his bonds by splitting it up here a little bit, which I think, like, as much as I'm sometimes a little bit stubborn and I like what's just working and kind of stick that against the playoffs. And Marty, to my better judgment, I think is making the right play right now by splitting up, just giving us some different angles, some different looks. Like, that's what we need to do right now. If we can get that going, we're seeing some good analytics from them right now. They're going to continue to build on that. Like, that's truly going to be the factor for me, is really the top 6, the top guys from right now. They're the ones that, you know, the torch has been passed to them, and now they need to carry it.
And they've also been the ones struggling all series. And what have we been saying, right? Like, at 5v5, if Montreal's top 6 figures it out, like, the odds of them figuring it out versus their, you know, Tampa's bottom 6 figuring it out, I would bet on Montreal's guys doing it. And again, so far tonight, Suzuki scoring the goal.
Let's go.
Lucky or
Good
not,
take.
whatever. And then Slafkovsky having the chances he's getting with Demidov, like, it is what it is. Like, these guys are doing what we said they needed to do, and Montreal has a lead for it. So it's exactly what we said. So no, exactly. You know, I like that take too. It is gut check time. These guys need to continue to push it, but I think I'm just really overly optimistic that they will continue to do that. And then the bottom 6, someone in chat said middle 9, which I kind of like as well. But like the middle 9, those guys are still going to show up. Gallagher might not get as many shifts. We're going to see some weird stuff like Dano, Newhook, Suzuki, with Suzuki taking Gallagher's place on that line to end that last period, again, to get an extra center out there for the defensive zone draw. But Doc, Texier, Bolduc, we know what they can do. They're big. They can be physical. They forechecked very well. Texier, very skilled, a couple goals in this series. They can make a huge difference. So really excited about that. Final thing, I think, before we get into the second period will be the defense. But we do have another super chat here from, is it Texinator? TXCNTR. Thank you so much for the $2 again. Let me know how to pronounce the name. Where can we all see Habs Digest socials? Well, thank you so much for the $2. Well, we are at Habs Digest on X. We are also on Facebook and Instagram. Instagram at Habs Digest. Facebook, just search Habs Digest. All of our videos get also posted to Facebook. So if you have family members who are on Facebook, it's all over there as well. We're also on TikTok at Habs Digest. Haven't posted as many, but some short form content goes out on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All long form content, YouTube and Facebook. And we're also on Spotify. If you want to watch it, we're everywhere. Just search Habs Digest on literally any platform you could think of, and we're probably there. So thank you so much. Toxic Nitro. I like that bet. That's so much cooler than whatever I was saying. So unbelievably. Slapzilla got me hankering for some La Milsa. It's $75. Is it? I've actually never been to La Milsa, as you can see it there in the Slav animation. Jesse, have you been to La Milsa?
I've been on that avenue before. I have lived in Montreal for a couple of years. I know that famous boulevard there. Cannot say that I was a little bit young during my time living in Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, I've never lived in Montreal, as weird as that is to say, but I've lived in Quebec City. I visited Montreal a ton. Never been there, though, but I've been on, that's true. That's for sure. But final thing here for the defense before we go. Even MySpace, says Dave. Well, if you see us on MySpace, that might be a fake account. But hey, maybe we need to. Maybe we need to get on AOL. Is that still a thing? I saw Ask Jeeves shut down the other day, Jesse. I mean, unbelievable. Deadly serious too. Am I the only one that didn't know that Ask Jeeves just turned into Ask.com? I somehow didn't know that. I didn't know they were the same thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Defensive pairings. The big thing here, Dobson looks good. You can see these are our most used D pairings so far, and this is what at 5v5, Hutson Dobson, Jesse. I mean, it's what we wanted to see, you know, and they logged almost 5 minutes together. Matheson Carrier 7 minutes at 5v5, but nearly 5 minutes together for Hutson and Dobson at 5v5. They were the best D pairing in the entire NHL in terms of expected goals percentage during the regular season, and so far, the best D pairing on Montreal in this game. Hudson Goulet obviously really good, right there at 100%, but they've only logged 2 minutes together. Hudson Dobson we knew would be good. I wasn't sure if Marty would go to it right away. He didn't show his full hand in the warm-ups, but right now we're seeing the dividends of Noah Dobson, who looks fantastic so far.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna again call out Martin St. Louis because he's the one that's really deciding these pairings here. I'm just loving that we're seeing Hutson and Dobson because that's an aggressive move. And in this game 7, Josh, I think it's exactly the type of tactical decisions that Martin St. Louis needs to be doing to win this game here. I think it's really important here that we're bringing those guys together when it truly matters. And again, it's not the safest option sometimes to go to, but I think being able to make those type of decisions, not really rest on our laurels, and really just, again, we know offense was maybe missing that game 6. I think going to that type of combination just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it really does. This is unreal. And Alex saying in chat, Hudson Goodley 100%. That is crazy. Like, you know, it is smaller sample, just about 3 minutes, but they've been really good throughout this whole series. Like, basically every game have been, in terms of volume plus production, our best. Yeah, I know Struble Jack Guy has been good in terms of the advanced analytics, but anyway. But saying I knew that Dobson would be a big impact. Absolutely agree. Toxic Nitro saying any news on Michael Hage trade bait for Crosby or McDavid? I think we'll probably end up getting that. Jesse, I am certain we're going to be covering some Crosby or McDavid trade rumors at some point in the summer. Like after these playoffs, like I don't know. Last year I was like maybe like Crosby, yeah, but then it kind of shut that. McDavid, I was like, God, no way. I still don't think it's likely. I really don't. I think the asking price would just be way too high, and I don't think it makes sense for Montreal to do it. But you never know. There are going to be trade talks this summer, and I'm sure because of the nature of Hage's situation, there's going to be some interesting reports out there. But look, I'm excited for him to play for Montreal. I don't want to see him go anywhere, but that's the thing. Like, even after these playoffs are over, it won't end tonight. We can promise you that. Well, I can't actually promise you that, but we're really hoping. This summer's just going to be even crazier, Jesse, because we got the 2C talk, some Hage rumors. We got our Russian guys who are heading into their last season over there, like a Jurovsky. It's going to be an unreal setup for next year, too.
It really is, definitely. And again, I'm getting set up right now for puck drop. If you guys want to be so kind as to link up with us, thank you for your patience here. I'm going to puck drop right now. Okay. So if you want to sync up your dream, just to be in line with us here.
Okay, puck drop right now. I'm going to try and set it up. I'm at 51.50. Is that about right? 49?
Yeah,
close
sounds
enough.
Good, buddy.
Close enough. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Game is back on. Yeah, for some reason mine paused for a second, but we're here. 1942. I gotta adjust this. We gotta go period 2. And time is going. Here we go. Shots 9-4. The puck back in behind Jakub Dobeš. Big hit coming in from Zemgus Girgensons, who's all-name first team for Zemgus Girgensons. A nice long career in the NHL.
That's it.
Well, yeah,
that's it, though.
That's it. Nothing more than that. He's gonna lay the body, though. He lays some of the most hits in the NHL, so I'll give him that. You know, every team wants a big body who can lay some hits, as we can see by the Arbor Jackeye fans in here. But right now, the puck is dumped behind Vasilevskiy, who tries to clear it out and set Tampa up on the rush. Montreal already playing with some nice speed here. Noah Dobson laying a bit of a hit, and Suzuki finishes it. Little
Who
tag.
says Noah doesn't hit?
Yeah, little tag
get
team
that
hit.
puck, boys.
That's exactly what you need to see.
Definitely being aggressive, and we'll need to be obviously controlled in our breakouts. But again, you just want to see the boys skating, right? Like whenever you see Habs just going with speed again on that forecheck, I think everything's really built off of that.
It really, really is. And once again, I mean, the forecheck is one thing, but playing their defensive zone's another. As Tampa gets another sustained offensive zone presence, as Jakub Dobeš has already made a few saves, and it's Noah Dobson who ties up Gage Gonsalves, stopping a little chance in front.
Solid play.
Yeah, really, really smart play by him. But it's Dobeš again, a couple of chances right in the slot. Montreal a little sloppy to start this period. Shots now 11-4 Tampa, but this could be the Jakub Dobeš game, right? Montreal being a bit sloppy early. You're going to clean it up. It's not going to stay like this the whole game. And Jakub Dobeš is still keeping us in this game. I mean, what an incredible... Oh, Vasi nearly turns it over. What an incredible postseason so far for Dobeš, and I don't think he's done. This dude has big game energy.
It's how he's looking right now, and it's really how you write your story and how that history is being made. Right now, he's just looking so good, so poised as, again, he takes and just really swallows up that puck. You got to see, he's getting under Kuchi a little bit as well, because he's not scoring right now over these last couple of games as he would like to, right? And not too much to get his feathers ruffled a little bit as well. So nice to see them looking good. Again, it's just such a small margin of error. Like, it seems redundant to hear say again in a 1-0 game here in Game 7 of the playoffs. But it's really like it's going to come out to those zone exits. And sometimes it's just erring on the side of caution. We've seen, okay, make sure that we're gaining that you know, obviously the halfway marker before sending pucks in, like those little icings, how we really exit our zone. The Habs have the offense. It comes down to defense. It's really going to be those small decisions, which really determines us getting on our horse in the attack or having being in our offensive or being in our defensive zone.
Yeah, like little microseconds, right? These little quick decisions, and they can lead to chances. They can lead to a chance for you or the other team. As this Kucherov, who's holding the puck, he's showing some frustration. He just lobs it towards the net. It's something he's done this whole series. He's not been a playoff goal scorer over the last few years, that's for sure, as there's a little bit of a race for the puck here. Jake Evans trying to hustle back, but it's Tampa who will recover it, with Nikita Kucherov being the first one back. So Kucherov, to his own credit, hustling back to his own end. He's been stymied by Jakub Dobeš in this series, stymied by a few goalies over the last few years, but once again, Tampa gets a zone entry with little resistance. Montreal fighting along the boards. There's a few guys who have been out there for a few minutes, like Newhook, like Evans, a minute or two. You gotta hope that they can get off soon, because Tampa right now just hammering Montreal in their own zone. Dastu rips a shot from the point, and it doesn't get through, but it's back to Dastu now. Looking again, there's a delayed penalty coming up for Montreal, as Tampa has the extra skater on the ice. Montreal will be going to the penalty kill if Tampa Bay doesn't score here. They're going to cycle the puck around. It's Hagel at the point, winding up for a slapper. One-time pass over. Jakub Dobeš can't cover. Tampa gets it behind the net. I mean, this is not what you want to see. Another one-timer from Dastu. Rebound. Montreal gains possession. Jesse, we're going to the penalty kill. Not the start to the second that you wanted to see, as Montreal takes a penalty. But hey, you know what? You got to just play clean. You got to just put that behind you. Rough start to the period, but you got a whole lot of time to make up for it. You just got to hope that Tampa doesn't capitalize here.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's tough that we're getting a penalty there with somebody like Mike Maslinov is so big for a penalty kill, which is obviously the tough part, because other than that, we're doing just such a great job of bending but not breaking. Like, Tampa's going to get their chances, but we see we're fronting on everyone. We're keeping solid gaps. And as long as we're keeping them outside, we've seen that Dobeš is more than up to the task if that's the case.
Yeah, he really is. The only thing we can't afford is, again, these little slot passes right in front. We've seen Point score from the bumper. We've seen Tampa try and send these cross-seam passes a whole lot on the power play. But hey, this is all right. You know, it's not a great play. That penalty is like sometimes called, sometimes not in the playoffs. The refs, I guess, setting a precedent. There's a little too much for them. They did call tripping officially. I thought it would be more interference. Either way, by the book, probably a penalty.
Interesting note, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting, the interference call, eh? Hasn't Tampa been doing just so much of that this whole series?
Yeah.
And while I do get, just as a sub note here, Josh, is like that it is part of playoff hockey. And again, let us know in the playoffs if you think that Tampa's been running a little bit too many pick plays, a little bit too much interference, because I think there's a normal part of it. Mm-hmm. It's a normal part of the game, but like, there's a point where it gets a little bit too much. It takes over the game. And I want to see the refs be able to know that fine mark of like when it's normal and like allowable and when they're really stepping over the mark, because I think Tampa is guilty of that at certain points here in this series.
Oh, they are. We look at that OT winner last game. Very clear pick play. But the refs let him play on there. And yeah, so here I think they didn't want to call interference maybe for that way, so they just gave him a trip, even though it didn't look like he tripped him. I don't know. We'll see. It's weird. I think you're very right. I think Tampa is just, maybe they're sneakier, and Montreal maybe doesn't have that ability to be as sneaky. But you know, you got to be a little sneaky.
They'll learn.
Yeah, they'll learn. Montreal gets the zone clear, and it was Dobeš who made a fantastic sliding save on Darren Radish there just a second ago. As we approach 1 minute, 10 seconds left in the Montreal Canadiens penalty to Mike Matheson for tripping, as it's Tampa who is skating into the zone. And, you know, you just got to hold off for another minute, right? Again, a penalty kill. Tampa has not had a good power play this series, especially at home. Kucherov trying to send it up. Hagel rips a shot, and it's Dobeš once again stepping out, cutting down the angle, Jesse. Jakub Dobeš has been standing on his head so far tonight, making beautiful save after beautiful, beautiful save. This is just one of these games where he is locked in. I don't know what else you need to do to beat him. That's a great play shot by Hagel, but the quick flash of the leather, no need to showboat. Dobeš glove in the right spot. He knows what he's doing. What a fantastic play by him.
Just so and show. That's what's really giving your team composure. What that does, it's just an immediate boost of confidence, where again this team is laying their heart out in front of him, and Dobeš recognized him. That's a way of really of just being able to say thank you. Again, just having that calming influence on the team right now here, Josh. That save just get me hyped, Josh. Mm-hmm. I think what's going to be our like goal here for this team tonight here, Josh? What do you think we should set that at?
Oh, I want to see it well over 200. We're only at 108 right now, but let's see you guys like this stream right now. Just one click. Just one click. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of reaction in chat, Jesse. I think we got to take a look at something that's going on here. But we just leave one click on the like. If you're like number 110, I'll give you a huge shout out in chat. So please, let's just help us. We're only 2 away from that. Nikita Kucherov comes back through center. I think there's a lot of people in chat who are ahead of us right now, but hey, that's okay. Try and sync up with us if you can. As it's Alex Newhook coming in. That looks like a hole. Oh. And it is going to be a hole.
Shorty!
He tried, but it's not going to be a shorthanded goal, probably not a penalty shot, I don't think. He didn't have a clear breakaway, but with 14:56 left in the period, 11 seconds left on the Tampa power play, it's Montreal drawing the penalty. Alex Newhook using his speed once again to be able to go out there and draw the penalty. Don't worry, Dave, you're excited. I don't expect you to hold your spoilers back in chat. Do not say sorry. Do not apologize. Like, there is no worries if you guys do spoil it. I'm just saying, like, if you can, that's great if you can sync up, but I don't want you to change anything. That's one thing. Don't you worry about it. So watch out. Second goal's coming up. You might be trying to trick me there. I don't know about that one. But Jesse, how are we feeling now? We get a chance to go on the power play after just 11 seconds of 4-on-4. Alex Newhook been one of our best penalty killers all season, and one of the most underrated penalty killers in the league, I would say.
Alex Newhook, he's our boy. He's your boy. Again, just showing so much heart, like going to the net. There's a good chance that he's scoring there if he's not taking that penalty on him, producing the type of opportunities we want to see. And again, just being that type of play where he's a gritty type of guy. You got to feel like those are the type of guys that step up in Game 7s, and that's absolutely what we're seeing from him right now.
It really is. What a great player he has turned out to be for Montreal. Love that trade, even now. Nick Suzuki skating up as Montreal's power play commences. Cole Caufield trips to the line, but he gets the puck. He fires it over to Ivan Demidov, who does keep it in. Pressure coming in from Tampa. He's going to send it back to Hutson, who tips it over to Caufield. Bit sloppy setting up the power play, but that's okay, as it's down to Nick Suzuki. Tries to get it to Hutson, but Hutson realizes he's going to, need to get back and cover Anthony Cirelli, and he does a good job. Though Cirelli, the player he is, he's a bit of a hound. He's not going to let you get away from him easy, but it's Montreal quickly out in transition as Tampa Cirelli goes off to the bench, but it's Ivan Demidov who brings it in, sends it into the corner. You're going to want to get some sustained pressure. Tampa, whoa, bit of a big collision down there behind the net as Tampa clears it out with 13:54 left in the period. A minute left on the power play. Again, not the ideal start to the power play, Jesse, but once we get it settled in the O-zone, I think we'll really get some good chances.
And it's all about making those good entries from there. That's where your power play builds on. And we're getting some good entries, which makes you feel that we're going to get some opportunities as this power play here progresses. Here, as once again, we're getting the offensive zone. It's just about taking care of it once we're in there.
Yep, exactly. You just got to take care of it. We're 1 for 15 on the power play in the last 4 games as Slav, like he often does, takes it into the zone all by himself, but unfortunately he turns it over at the line, which is something else he does a little bit, but that's okay. He's still 22, don't forget. Lane Hutson also loves to take it in on his own as he cycles it around for Nick Suzuki, who sends it back to the point for Kirby Dach, who sends it over to the left side. I believe that's Bolduc. I can't really tell from this angle, but that's okay. It is Kirby Dach sending it on the boards. Nick Suzuki out there double shifting the power play. Lane Hutson at the point. Tried to get a seam pass over to Ivan Demidov. We don't see Noah Dobson in here. Nick Suzuki tries to send it down low. It doesn't work as Tampa's coming out with numbers. Demidov's going to need to get back right now as it's a 2-on-1 for Tampa. And it's stymied once again by Nick Suzuki. Jesse, Montreal.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
play.
Hagel with a great play on Dobson though. And Point with a shot. I don't know. This game has gone back and forth, back and forth. Both teams getting lots of chances. It's intense, and I don't think we expected anything else.
We absolutely do not. And again, here, such an intense game, just in so many ways. I just want to highlight Kirby Dach really quick. Again, he's been so big for the Montreal Canadiens in this series in so many ways. And even though maybe we're not converting on that power play, I just want to say here, just the small wins, I think, is really what this larger victory is going to be built off here tonight, Josh. Just seeing Kirby Dach just showing poise in the offensive zone just makes me happy deep down inside for everything that he's been through, because there is a part of me that I'm just call me, you know, again, like just a Habs fan through and through, right? But like, I just want to hope that like Kirby works out, that he can actually make it happen here in Montreal. So when we're seeing just small plays like that, again, knowing what a factor that he could, like, if Kirby Dach comes through, he's a force in this playoffs. Like, you look at the other good players in this team, it really just adds a whole other dimension. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Kirby right now.
It really felt like that one game where that line broke out completely changed how we played. He's not falling down as much anymore. He's driving the play a little bit more. Like, it really feels like a lot of it is mental. It's something we've said, but that goal was great too. Both goals that he scored in this series have been great. The first one a little luckier. The second one, yeah, no luck involved in that one. That was hyper-skilled play. Unbelievable. So, yeah, really, really good stuff from there. I want to take a look at the chat right now as Montreal could not get it going on the power play. Someone say Dobson is sloppy. Yeah, it was a bit of a turnover, but whatever. I think that's okay. Zone entry on the PP needs work for sure. There's some talk about how the power play's not been getting going. Yeah, very true. Now Dobson keeps standing on his head. He has true. Now, people are not happy with the power play, but let's be honest, it hasn't been good for either team. The penalty kill has been a huge focus, and when you play against the same team for 7 straight games, You learn what they're going to do, and you learn how to defend against it. Tampa knows what Montreal is trying to do. I'm sure they've geared a ton, hours and hours of time at practice to try and shut down the Habs power play, just like Montreal's done with Tampa. And both teams have done it very effectively. Neither team's been able to get going. Both goalies have been hot too, but like that's the thing. The power play looks sloppy because Tampa is playing it to a T on the penalty kill. So I think that's okay. What I am a little more concerned with is a couple of the unforced errors, as someone mentioned in chat, but also just the shot total. We talked about how Montreal needs shots. I'm not saying we're like waiting for the best chance, whatever, but we have 4 shots, right? We're halfway through the second period almost, and Montreal has 4 shots. You can't be playing prevent hockey. You got to keep going, keep pushing the pace. Tampa has been dogging it in the offensive zone more than Montreal has, and again, you got time to fix this, but that's just one improvement Montreal needs to do, and all of a sudden, it'll just make it that much harder on Tampa to mount a comeback here.
For sure. But yeah, for really Nick Suzuki, it comes down in this game, it comes down to players like Nick Suzuki. Really, it's like, because both teams have been so good at offense and defense, and who's just going to be better at the offense and the defense. And like those plays that we're seeing from Nick Suzuki, breaking the plays, we've seen what he's doing offensively. That's what the series has been all about. So look how Nick Suzuki's really leaving his mark, I would say, in the most important way in the series. Now, that being said, like on the power play, it's a great question. It comes down to the volume versus shot quality. I think on the PP, we need to start getting a little bit more volume, at least at that on the specialty teams. Just because look how we're leaning so much on Caufield right now, and that's what's really stymieing just so much of our power play. He's really not getting those looks. That being said, I'm not going to force that. I'm going to really look to just get pucks to the front of the net, get some bodies, a couple quick passes, as we mentioned, get to the front of the net and look for something greasy from there.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. Now, we'll see if Montreal ends up getting another power play during this game. The refs have, last game, there weren't a whole lot of chances. We'll see if there's another one coming this game. But Tampa with another sustained offensive zone possession, which is just a little nerve-wracking. Dobson had to make a couple more saves, very close and tight. Yeah, we got this. Shots are now 18-4 in favor of Tampa Bay. Montreal chip and chase. Bjorkstrand gets the puck on the boards and clears it out, and Tampa's out into the neutral zone again, off on a rush. And so it's just Montreal's chipping and chasing, dump and chase, but they're just not getting the possession. There's really only one line who's done that great in this game, and that's the Suzuki, Caufield, Anderson line. And, well, Slafkovsky to some extent, too, is another chip, and now it's Bolduc who's going to fight in there and get mounted from behind by Moser, or what the heck is going on there? He climbed him like a tree, but that's all right, not a penalty. It's not going to be one. They're going to fight along the boards, some cross-checks being thrown, as they should be. It's Texier fighting in there with Doc and Bolduc. Moser in there with Tampa, along with Darren Radish, their top D pairing, of course, without Hedman in this series. Again, it's just going into the quarter. This is, I think people who don't know how exhausting this is would be shocked at just how much effort goes into this. The play is blown dead. Radish's helmet comes off. Probably a good thing. But this is going to lead to an offensive zone face-off for Montreal. So hopefully we get a nice little opportunity out of this, because Montreal needs something on net here.
That was a huge shift again, and it just came down from what I was saying in the intermission. Just get the puck in deep and just make it happen from there. And again, even if that's just a dead play in the offensive zone, the fact that you're just making it happen, create some puck battles and getting some offensive zone time of your zone, I think is just, again, so huge. And look for guys like Bolduc to be a big factor, because I think this is a young guy. In a lot of ways, Josh, don't you think it's fair to say that Zachary Bolduc has underperformed this year? Say yes or no in the chat, why for yes and for no if you think Zachary Bolduc has underperformed. And it's not rude to say yes, and it's not rude to think that he doesn't either. I think just he's coming into his own. He's gonna get better. I think as he gets more time with that, next year, my take personally, I think Zachary Bolduc is truly gonna come his own. The goal totals are he's already shown the potential. Had a little bit of a down year this year. He's a strong candidate for a bounce back year. Again, not a betting man, but that's who I'd put some money on to score some goals next year. And again, I feel in the playoffs, this game's well suited for that. I think he's still coming to his own. He brings a little bit of that physicality. I think very much guys like Slav, like Doc, they're at their best when they maybe bring a little bit of that physicality. I think that's something Bolduc getting in deep and kind of rattling a couple cages is really what opens up the eventual offensive game for him as well.
Yeah, and him drawn into the lineup over a guy like Kapanen kind of tells you a lot, right? They value this style of play, and it is just a matter of time. He has the skill set. It's pass to Moser that just fires wide. The shots are 9-0 currently for Tampa in the second period. That was
huge.
That was scary.
We dodged a bullet.
Dodged a bullet.
I don't know
if he missed the net or if Dobson made a save, but Oh my goodness. Montreal has played a pretty poor second period. Like, I want to be positive. This has been scary. Like, this whole period has been terrifying. Thank the Lord for Jakub Dobson in net right now. I mean, I don't think he saved that one. That was a hard shot. I think Dobson got to close out on that a little bit faster. Though, I think it might have hit Dobson's stick.
Glove? A little bit of glove, maybe?
Maybe glove?
Tough to say. So, yeah. Oh, it's hard to say. He's in good position, though. Once again, and Dobson just forced a little, and I know what you mean, Josh. Like, again, this is giving us flashbacks to, like, late game 6, right? Like, it's right on edge, like a 1-goal game. Here we are again, folks. Like, as advertised, we had a feeling saying in the pregame, might be a tight one. Again, get your beverages handy. It might go on for a little bit. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But Dobson is standing up in the clutch when it really matters. Again, like, being that guy, Josh. Like, how impressed are you from Jakub Dobson? Like, we just can't take this for granted, how we're dodging some bullets here early. Even though it's scary having those chances against, the fact that they're not going in, I'm like, are we getting chances on our side? Could the Cup, we're able to win this, return back to Canada? I don't want to get ahead of myself, but, like, you got to feel like karma's going to balance it out at a certain time. Those bounces are a part of it. And the fact that we're getting a couple going our way, all things considered, is getting me excited. Still, big picture here.
Yeah, big picture. I'm excited. But in the meantime, still, like, I'm still a little. These moments are gonna happen. But really, after the first 10 minutes of the first, it's been all Tampa. And this is a familiar feeling, right? This is the first game where it's felt one-sided for a long period of time. But again, like you mentioned, big picture, karma balancing out. It's gonna happen. It has to. And,
Karma,
this is
bro.
a nice commercial break, and people are saying we are very, we are far behind in the stream, yes, but we've tried to sync it up so that everyone can try and sync it up at the same time. So, we could watch further ahead, but if you want to try and sync it up with us, we're talking about what's happening, and so that would be your best viewing experience if I do
appreciate your patience.
Yeah, thank you.
Too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Being with us. Definitely. Spoilers, you can still do that. It's welcome. You're still welcome to here. We appreciate your patience. We're keeping it international. We got feeds going on all over the place right now because we know this love for this team. It really just has no bounds, Josh.
Yeah, no, it really has no bounds. Everyone enjoying what they're seeing here from Montreal, as there's 9 minutes and 17 seconds left in this second period. I do want to just have the box score because I want to see who's leading the team in hits. It's Caufield and Struble, Jesse, each with 4 hits so far. Caufield. 4 hits in 8 minutes. Yep, there we go.
Come on. We're winning this.
Yeah, we got
Caufield's helping to lead hits right now. Struble's doing his job, which I like to see as well. But, Josh, like you put out that type of fat, that's when we're bringing the full game. Again, it comes down to playing that offense, that defense, because when you're hitting, right, you're bringing that defensive part of the game. How excited do you see that from your nephew here, Cole Caufield?
Yeah, my nephew, man. Yeah, barely younger than me. But no, I mean, I love that. I love. Well, actually, he's not barely younger. He's quite a bit younger than me. But yeah, I love to see that. I love to see that. But what I don't love to see is that Caufield has as many hits as Habs have shots on goal in the first 30 minutes of this game. I know I keep coming back to this. And look, this is not a negative thing. We're still leading the game 1-0. I'm just like, I just want to see a little bit more. And again, like, we're seeing some replays here of lots of chances Montreal's had. We should have like 10 shots, but we've missed the net or fanned on it or gotten some really good chances blocked, right? So it is what it is. But right now, again, the top guys are going to lock in. Cole is doing everything he can. Galley has only logged a couple minutes. I want to see exactly how much. Brendan Gallagher, 4 minutes 45. Texier only 5:29. Bolduc only 6 minutes, but, we got to see these guys take a step up here in the second period. Noah Dobson as well. He's looking, again, like a guy who's a little bit rusty, but had a great first period, so we'll see how the rest of this goes. Shots now 19-7 as the puck is dropped, and call back, of course, it's not dropped. Dominic James, not happy that he's getting kicked out of the faceoff. Gage Gonsalves is going to step in and take the drop. This puck is now dropped. Montreal, and Philip Deneau wins the faceoff, and they're out in transition the other way, but it's going to be an icing. Absolutely immediately, which is like, okay, I'm sure that was maybe a set play to have someone like someone flying up the wing, but again, like, just these little things, right? You get the possession off a defensive zone face-off, you send it up the boards, and you ice it again. Now the guys aren't tired. We just came off of a break. That's fine, but you want to get these little things. It feels like Montreal is a little disjointed right now, but again, we've seen this team flip that switch in an instant before, and especially as this game gets longer and longer into it, the young, fresh legs tend to shine above the more veteran ones.
And again, that's the opportunity, the advantage that the Montreal Canadiens have, and it's about pushing that play because, again, the players are putting on a brave faith here, but like the fatigue and the energy factor is a very real thing, and definitely those young legs sub 25, a lot of these players for the Habs, like it's an absolute factor. Like it just truly physiologically is in this game here. So as much as Tampa does have this experience, this is what the Habs have. Now, how much can they use that to their advantage? Obviously, slowing it down, getting bogged down, that's not going to benefit them. So obviously for the Habs to continue to be successful in this game, they're going to need to play to their strengths here again to be able to do so.
Yeah, they absolutely will. As we saw the defensive zone draw win, and they did the same play this time up to Slafkovsky, but he lost on the board, leading to yet another sustained possession for Tampa. And then right after Montreal ends up getting the puck, they ice it again. And we have tired bodies out on the ice. This is not what you want to see. Like, it's just, it feels like a bit of a lack of discipline at the moment. A bunch of stuff happening here all at once. I don't really know what's going on. This is tough. As Tampa sends out some of their top guys, we got Cirelli taking the draw. We see Kucherov. I would assume it's Hagel out there with them, as it is Moser and Radish there against this tired unit of Montreal. At least you have Phil Deneau on the faceoff dot. He wins the draw for the third consecutive time, but he plays it along the boards. Tampa chops it down, and Tampa once again, like, we win the draw, but Tampa comes away with it, though it is out to center as J.J. Moser is going to circle back into his own zone. Going to have to wait and see here now. Montreal's they're desperate for a change. Slav manages to get off. We got to see if Demidov can get off as well as Tampa comes back into the offensive zone with Cirelli. Oh, man, I mean, you're just trying to hold it off. Bend but not break, Jesse. I love that you've been saying that, because right now, it's exactly what's happening. They're bending, but they're not break. What the? Matheson gets a stick in between his legs, and it doesn't look like there's a penalty at all. Am I crazy?
Wow.
Did you see that?
They got to call this here. I'm really hoping that he's going off for that one.
He's not.
Again, at the same time, like for the Habs, they're forechecking hard, which is what I really like to see. It's very tough for us getting a penalty here at a rough point. Again, it's about bending, but really not breaking here. This is obviously look like this is going to be a huge kill here for the Montreal Canadiens. That's a very tough call.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm just seeing it now. There is a hole. This is insane. Am I not crazy? Like I feel like the stick got in between Matheson's legs, and he fell onto the ice and hit his head. But then they call a hold? What are we doing here, Wes McCauley and Chris Rooney? Yeah, we know who the name. Let's watch this again. Mike Matheson skating. What? Then he just wraps his stick up.
That's what leads to this whole play. That's unreal.
The stick back into the
You're right.
skates.
You're right to be upset by that. Oh yeah.
Gooley just gave him a
100%.
little
It's affecting
talk.
the play.
Oh,
100%.
bro.
100%.
No.
You got to call that. And what's a little bit of a questionable one on what's 50? Because both guys are really holding there on that call on Gouldy. Like for me, that's a little bit of a chintzy call. Again, it's all hands on deck. We're not going to blame the refs. We're not whiners here, Montreal. We know our winning tradition, right? So winners do. They create their own bounce. A lot of times it's easy to think in a game, oh, the bounce are just gonna come, and you just got to deal with the bounce as they come, but you know what? It's about creating your own bounces, despite whatever happens in the game.
Yeah, as Tampa, we got lucky there. Tampa made a pretty poor pass to the point as it goes all the way back down to Andrei Vasilevskiy, where Charles-Edouard Dastou takes the puck back up as he's on the Tampa top power play right now with 7 minutes left. Actually, it's their second unit. So Nick Paul is out there.
Oh,
yeah, Tampa's oh no. All right, I think you might be a bit ahead of me. So I'm going to have to wait and see what happens here. Is Gage Gonsalves one time in the slot. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have to skip forward. I guess we're not synced up anymore. Let me skip up a little bit.
I'm at 6:33 right now.
Yeah, okay. Wonderful. So the refs so far are screwing the Habs. Let's watch the replay of this goal. Yeah, a little tip in front. The refs are just going to decide that this game is theirs. That's what we're going to do, right? I mean, Mike Matheson gets hooked, and then his skates pulled out from under him, but Caden Gooley gives a little bit of a tug, and that's a penalty. So far, ridiculous. But now it's an even slate again. Shots are 20-4, though. It's a miracle this game is just 1-1. Jakub Dobes has been standing on his head, but the fact that the shots are 20-4? You gotta wake up. Like, I don't know what else they're gonna need to do here. Like, you know, it's game 7. It's game 7. You have 0 shots in 14 minutes in the second period. Yeah, we can say the refs decided to take this game into their own hands, but, like, you gotta show up a little bit more, right? Like, it's hard for me to look at this score and honestly say that it's the refs that are the reason that this game is tied. Montreal's playing pretty poorly right now. The boys just gotta lock in. I think it's as simple as that, and they're gonna have to prove themselves right now. This is gut check time.
At the same time, they've put themselves into a very good position where it's equalized. They're not having to come back from a goal. They're not having to come back from 2 goals. The game resets. Once again, what do we expect? This is just a very tight series. Expect the boys to really rally right now. It starts with the first strong shift as we're back here. Obviously, a little bit of a 2-on-1 opportunity, but being able to get a huge defensive play right there.
Yeah, Noah Dobson with the phenomenal defensive play. I mean, he's looking fantastic as they show the shots 11-0 for Tampa Bay with just under 6 minutes left in the second period. Montreal has been chasing Tampa this whole second period. Montreal's not been able to even hold it in the offensive zone for more than 5 seconds at a time. It's just dump and chase and dump and chase. No one is just holding the puck and waiting for their team. It's just dump. Tampa gets in and it's back the other way. Dump, Tampa gets his back the other way. We do get a fortunate icing from Tampa Bay with 5.5 minutes left here.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's massive. Noah Dobson saving this game from immediate, it feels like that happens a lot, right? The momentum has come back for Tampa. They score a goal, and then immediately Montreal gives up a 2-on-1. What a phenomenal play to have him. This is why you love having Noah Dobson back. That is absolutely elite. Avoiding the tripping call as well. He's been playing a great game, but you gotta turn it around. You really have to turn it around. I know we're upset at the refs. I am too. It was a really, really, really bad call. But when the shots are 20-4, that cannot be an excuse. Your team just has to lock in. Tampa wants it more right now. And the Montreal players are going to have to show that they really, really, they got to show that they deserve this. Because right now, I think even they would acknowledge, yeah, no, this is not our period. We gotta change something.
There's different seasons in a game, and they're showing that they want it more right now. But again, that's not the whole of the game. It's really about resetting right now. There's a lot of adjustments, and obviously Tampa's been able to do that in the second period. And obviously that stops with just really denying a lot of zone entries for the Montreal Canadiens. They just need to get some offensive zone time and then really build from here. But again, the game is resetting right now, and there's no reason why we should be panicking. Yes, we need to address the elephant in the room. We should be getting more shot volume right now. We were asking earlier whether it should be the quality over quantity. Sometimes you need to adapt and adjust as the game goes on, and really it's just dictating. Let's get a little bit of volume. You know what I mean? It's like when you're playing basketball. Let's take a couple shots close to net. Let's get those going in, and then let's start backing up and kind of going from there. So right now it's about getting some volume and then really work on the quality from there. That being said, it's a one-shot game right now. So if you're the Montreal Canadiens, you still got to feel solid about where you're at right now.
And you're gifted a bit of an opportunity with 5 minutes left in the second period. Montreal for 4 minutes 38. Montreal is going on the power play as Tampa gets called for too many men on the ice. So
huge,
massive. But you got to get a goal on this power play, or a shot. Just get a shot on the power play. Again, quality, quantity, but it's not even the fact that, Montreal's not trying to put them. They just haven't even been able to have a shot attempt. The shot attempts are not even there this period because Tampa, as you can see, they're doing a lot of controlled zone entries. They're coming off the rush, they're waiting, they're holding. Montreal, every time they get the puck, they're tired because of these long, prolonged possessions by Tampa. So they're just chipping it in, going off for a change, chipping it in. Is 1 versus 3, you can't get the puck. Someone said, this is embarrassing. It is a bit of an embarrassing period. This is not, if I said I'm a Habs fan and I showed another fan of another team this period, they'd be like, wow, that's brutal. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, well, we got to acknowledge it. Absolutely. But right now, you have a chance. You're gifted this. If you can't take this and turn it around, and you're just like, let's just get to the third period. No, this is your gut check. This is the momentum swing that you need. Tampa, a very undisciplined, ill-advised penalty that the refs decided to call. We haven't seen a replay, but this is any team's worst period of the playoffs by far of these two teams. In all these games, it's been super close. This is the first one where it felt like there's been a clear domination. But Jesse, I'm ready. Again, this whole narrative can shift in just 2 minutes. That's what this power play is about. You just need to put a puck on the goal. You just need to shoot, and try and beat Vasi. At least, hey, he hasn't seen a puck at him in a pretty minute here. So, you know what? You might be able to catch him off guard and get something sneaky.
And it's really not the shot totals that determine who's going to win. Obviously, Game 7, it's nice to have for sure. But again, it's those goals at the end of the day. And this is a very tight period for the Habs. So, of course, we want to get a little bit more volume going forward. But that being said, it's this is just such a tight game. right now for the Habs. They're motivated. I feel like they want it as well, Josh. It's about pushing. And again, it's normal to lose a period, like, or even, half of a period or 3/4 of a period, right? Like, that's a normal thing to happen in a game. It's just, can you control the rest of it from there? That's really the big thing. It's about weathering those storms, because we know there's going to be ebbs and flows. Huge opportunity right now for the Montreal Canadiens on this power play to punch their ticket onto the second round. You know that they're going to want it.
Yeah, they really do, but they won the face-off to start the power play, and then 4 sloppy passes in a row. It's like they're scared of Tampa. It's like they're scared to make a mistake. Montreal has gotten away from their game. They've scared. Yeah, they've gotten away from it. Hutson gets
They'll get back to it.
Oh yeah, they'll get back to it. It's fine. It's just for the moment. Slav sends the pass down to Caufield. Caufield looking. They've shut him down so far in the power play in these playoffs. And don't forget, it is Slav who led the team in power play goals in the regular season and who leads them in power play goals in the playoffs. This is Lane Hutson who cycles it back to Nick Suzuki.
Get set up.
Yeah, let's just get it going here. Set up, rip it at the net. There, Suzuki fires a shot, saved, glove down by Vasilevskiy. Demidov gets the puck behind the net, sends it over to Caufield. Here we go. This is what we needed. Some sustained time. 42 seconds left on the power play. Over to Caufield. Again, Tampa is smothering. They're going right at whoever has the puck every single time. Not giving Montreal room to breathe. Suzuki on the goal line looking for a pass. Tries to send it to Hutson. It's tipped. Hutson rips it. So that's the kind of shot you need. You never know when it's going to get deflected. Demidov back to Hutson. But he's going to have to reset. Montreal's going to try to get back into the offensive zone. Demidov does take it in. And it's another chance here. I mean, not a bad power play, Jesse. We'll see if they can get something going here in the dying seconds. But Demidov misses the puck. Not bad. This, to me, is at least a good start in terms of getting some momentum back.
And that's what you need to do, absolutely, there. And very unfortunately, we very rarely see Hutson fumble with the puck at the blue line. That being said, it's just really good opportunities of what we're seeing from there. They're pressuring really quick, right? So it's about making a couple passes and then letting it really rip from there. And it's allowing us to really dictate the pace of play by us making the decisions we want instead of letting that be imposed on us.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. It's very weird. We definitely saw a shot hit Vasilevskiy's glove, and the scorekeeper just didn't give it to Montreal. This has been a theme all series. There have been a whole lot of shots that have just not been registered. So even though it says 21-4, I really don't understand. Like, we literally watched a shot hit Vasilevskiy's glove. Is that not good enough for these scorekeepers? Biased scorekeepers. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Also, a clear missed high stick on Lane Hutson there. As we're watching the replay, what are we doing? People say it was going wide, but even if it's going wide, no, it wasn't. Look at that replay. What? No, it definitely wasn't. That was going top shelf. Bassi made a great save. But yeah, crazy. I mean, this is I don't know, not what you want to have happen again in this period, but we got a chance here right now. That's exactly the momentum that you want, right? A nice power play. You get some sustained pressure. You get Tampa a little more tired. You got 2 minutes now. And after this period, your period's done. Period to period, Montreal has changed a whole lot throughout the season. A lot of teams can. You get a breather, right? You reset. You get through this period here tied, that'd be great. A goal would be fantastic, but resetting, tie game, third period, I think we'd all be excited for the finish for this one.
For sure. And again, right now, it's all about the boys really grouping together. You know that Hudson's ready, right? Like, even this opportunity to see him on the bench, still smiling, still having fun. And as he said pre-game, right? Like, this is just two of the best teams in the East going at it. And again, we are just so tight. We are just in for a treat here tonight. We're definitely getting some solid momentum again right now. Despite the shot totals being against us here, is just getting some offensive zone time and some power plays right now when it truly matters, right? Obviously, the boys are going to rally. I just want to say we appreciate the support right now. We're seeing the chat is going off like crazy. Obviously, we're over 26,529 subscribers. Like, just we want to take this opportunity, Game 7. I think it's only right to say thank you for being with us in just a couple years. To be able to obviously just be able to have such a following like we do. We truly appreciate it. We're getting closer to that goal here tonight. If this is your first time being with us, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Just need to sign in. Super easy to be able to do so. If you've been here with us for a minute, if this is really the time to really subscribe and lock into the chat.
Oh yeah, because there's going to be a whole lot coming after this, no matter the result of tonight's game. So make sure that you're tuning in every single day. We're only 20 subs away from our goal of 26,550 as well. Thank you for being here. They got this. I saw someone say, "Juicy Dobson smile." They got this. Oh yeah, we're ready. Like, We know.
Hutson too.
Hutson too.
Right?
They know.
Good vibes.
They're
Good
not.
vibes
They're
only.
not stressed, right? Like we know what we're able to do. As there's a million whistles in this game. My goodness, the first period went by so fast. The second period is coming to a screeching halt here. But yeah, they still haven't given credit to that shot. They showed the replay. Vasilevskiy slid over. It hit his glove on a save, and they just didn't give Montreal the shot. So I don't know if there's a conspiracy here or what's going on. A bit of ridiculous. Gonna take 3 scoops of pre-workout in the locker room. Yeah, I think so. I think that point, you get the C4, you get whatever you need to get you going. But yeah, this third period is going to be the make or break of this game. But we still got 2 minutes here. This period is far from over too.
It definitely is, and it's about making a good end. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, and to be able to really have a good ending to this period to bring that momentum into the all-important third period of Game 7.
Yeah, exactly. Now, again, the story of this game, the shots and the refs, of course, a missed high stick on Hutson, a ridiculous holding call on Guhle. Luckily, this game still is just tied as Hutson goes down again. Oh, what was going on? Yeah, there was a whistle. Okay, yeah, Hudson's holding his face, so I thought there was maybe something again, but no. Like, there's the thing. So, again, missed penalties, called penalties. It's a bit strange what's going on in this one. Shots not counting. I don't know. Anyway, well, 1:30 left in this period right now as Montreal is huddling up. We see Noah Dobson back on the ice, who has had himself a very solid game, some great defensive plays. You got to lock in here. It's Slafkovsky with Evans and Newhook out here right now for this face-off. So, again, another little tweak from Marty St. Louis, probably trying to guarantee that face-off win if he can, having 2 centers on the ice as opposed to having Demidov out there. But it's Newhook fighting for the puck there. It looks like it's Tampa who's going to come away with it, but each face-off has been a bit of a dogfight as Slaf wins the puck battle behind the net. Jake Evans fighting for it now. Newhook, a bunch of scrappy players out there on the ice. Evans gets the puck back. You can see Dobson at the point, wants the puck for a shot. Evans sends it all the way across to Hutson, who lets one rip. And it goes up into the netting with 1:14 left. The Habs are trying to get some shots, Jesse. They're just not getting through.
It's a great shift from them right there. And again, it starts with Slaf winning a puck battle. Again, no surprise. We are in the playoffs. That's what it all comes down to. Again, that's where I feel like Juraj Slafkovsky is going to shine through. It's such a small margin of error in this game. It's going to come down to winning those individual battles. I just love that they're winning it. They're getting to the point. They're looking for some traffic at the front of the net. For me, that is a winning formula. Josh, ref or no ref, we're saying it right now. Habs are winning this game. We don't care what's in our way. We believe. We know the magic of the belief and also the skill, the culture that this team has. We're going to rely on that in these all-important moments.
Yeah, we absolutely are. We believe in this team. We've seen this team go through so much adversity this year. Yeah, they look a little bit gassed in this period. This is Game 7, a place that a lot of these guys have not been before. But they're trying to do whatever they can. You got to hold off Tampa for just another 40 seconds to make it to the third period. And that's where this whole thing can change. A tie game in a Game 7 into the third period. Still not over yet, though. Still 30 seconds left to go here. So we'll see if something can get cooking for either team. But right now, you just need a mental reset, right? Again, still, they're going to say, if Tampa holds on to the puck for the rest of this period, as it looks like they're probably going to do, this period could very well end without Montreal registering an official shot on goal. Montreal is playing as well as they can here as there is a turnover in the neutral zone. It's going to go back behind Tampa's net as Moser goes in to fetch it. It's Caufield with Demidov and Suzuki, which is a bit of an interesting line to send out there. It's not Anderson out with them, but with Demidov not taking his shift on the last time, that's how Montreal is going to end the period. Shots, I don't want to talk about it, but the score, it's a tie game, Jesse. It all comes down to this. It comes down to a third period in Game 7, tie game. How are we feeling?
We're feeling good here, and again, we'd almost be surprised if it was anywhere different. Right now, it's obviously just a razor's edge between these two teams here so far. And again, a lot of similarities to Game 6 in terms of how close that it's being played. Both goaltenders continue to play well. Obviously, we're going to want like a little bit of we wanted more shots in that second period. But can we just say that we've seen in so many Habs victories this year where you have a bad period?
Yeah.
That can completely happen. That's completely normal. It's just to win a game, it's very rare where you're going to have 2 bad periods, right, out of the 3 and really still expect to win. I think the Habs, they're winning in the first. You can say that was their period. Tampa, shots, whatever. I'm going to take that stat. Josh, I'm going to pitch it out the window because I think all that matters there is winning the periods, right? Tampa, okay, they won the second period. It's here for third period. You're saying we're going mano a mano in third period here in game 7 where we can control our odds, where it's in our opportunity, where it's in nobody else's hand, where we're not having to come back from 1 goal to 2 goals. That is not the situation. Again, everything's just completely resetting. It's coming down to this right now. Can the guys believe? I think that's what's going to come down to. They have the skill. They have that composure. It's about really trusting the system. And it's a little bit about that mental game right now. Just really keeping it simple, believe in yourself, play that game one shift at a time, and good things are going to happen from there.
I agree. And I think what Marty is going to say to the guys in the locker room is going to be very similar to that. Play your game. It feels like Montreal wasn't playing their game that period. It was just, we didn't see these rush chances we've been seeing all year. We didn't see Montreal be physical like they've been this whole series. It's just been, that felt like a lackluster, lackadaisical period where it was sloppy. There was turnovers. We just couldn't sustain pressure. Tampa was all over us. It looked like Tampa had the heart in that period. But guess what? We know what Montreal is capable of doing, and Marty knows it too. And yeah, these numbers, they don't look great, but you held on. You only allowed the 1 goal, and the 1 goal came on a very questionable sequence of whistles by the referees. Yeah. So again, realistically, you're probably okay. And again, if you take a look at the expected goals here for this game, the second period, clear domination there by Tampa. Montreal, like what, 0.2 expected goals in that period, but that's fine, right? That's fine. The lines, the top guys, still kind of getting it done. Caufield, Suzuki, Anderson, 38.6% of the expected goals, but they are actually controlling more of the shot attempts when they're on the ice. So is Slafkovsky, Evans, Demidov. Right now, it's kind of just like, you can see it 5-on-5. The shots by Tampa, they're not really dominating the shot attempts when our top 6 or our Slaf line and our Suzuki Caufield lines are on the ice. So again, that is a little bit encouraging. Yes, I know there's not a whole lot we can be encouraged by, but this is something that hopefully will help turn the tides in the third, but also Jakub Dobson. I mean, already nearly a full goal saved above expected in this game. He has been absolutely phenomenal. We're nowhere without him tonight, but you got 1 period to prove to your guy, like, if you're Dobson, right, like, you're looking at this team in front of you and you're saying, fellas, get something done for me right now. And if I was him, that's what I would say to the guys in the locker room. And I think they're ready to do it. I think they're ready for the challenge. And I am ready to see how they respond, because you got to come out and make a statement in this third.
And if we know anything about Jakub Dobson, he's saying exactly that. He doesn't mind wearing his heart on his sleeve. He's a little bit vocal when he needs to be as well. And that's what we love about him. That's a little bit of that attitude from Jakub Dobson that protects his crease that we need here in this third period. I think that's exactly going to be key to our success. So there's really 3 simple things that are going to propel us to success here in this third period, Josh, by my understanding, coming into what, again, is a third period. How nerve-wracking this is, again, what the treat this is. We're so happy to be rocking with you guys. If you're just coming in, make sure you smash that like button. But again, like, it's the fact that Dobson's playing so good. Like, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to talk about Dobson, that he's playing so well. So you start with the front of the net. That's got me feeling good coming to the third. How can you not, right? Like, he's standing top. Unless it's going to be some sort of a freak play, if you can just give him a good opportunity. And again, Josh, like, that definitely should be a penalty. No way where it's like somebody could come out with your sticks, take it out from underneath you, and that's not a call on Matheson. It's neither here nor there, but we're going to have to call that one here for sure. But yeah, like, you know, just the fact that our boy Dobson is playing so good. Secondly, our defense, just the decor that we have. Lane Hutson, one of the best defensive guys, should be a Norris candidate. Again, Tampa doesn't have somebody of that ilk, that level of defenseman. Here in the third period, gut check time. That, like, look for Lane Hutson to be a factor. My name's not Jesse Poirier. If that's not going to be the case here, I'm going to put my name on that coming here in the third period. And again, like, and the third thing that why we should be so happy, and most importantly, Josh, our top guns are being our top guns. Cole Caufield on the scoreboard when it really matters. That's like the one missing link for us, is our bottom 6. It's gotten so much production. We haven't gotten those goals as much 5v5 specifically from that top line. That's really the difference. You got to feel, again, and I feel like the underlying numbers do show, like, if Habs, they get that support from those key guys, that's really the key metric. So it's going to be about building that. But again, we look to again in this third period to carry us through? I'm going to double down on my prediction earlier. It's going to be our top line. It's going to be our top guns once again. It's their time to really hold down the fort for the Habs here in this third period.
They're going to need to. It is Suzuki who has the goal on the board for Montreal, and it came off a tip that went in off a Tampa player. So this is it, right? This is the chance to just mentally reset. Marty St. Louis and some screaming to the players. I think you need to, right? You got to wake up. I wonder, Jesse, if he's going to switch up some of the lines, because, I mean, if we go back to some of the forward lines here. Now, he was doing some interesting stuff. We did see Suzuki and Caufield out there with Demidov for a moment because they decided to put Newhook with Slafkovsky and Evans. So I don't know. I think that's one of those things where it's probably just a decision. Okay, let's try and win the face-off, have two centers out there, then you adjust after because you can't skip a Demidov shift, so you put him out there with the top line. That's probably all it was. But I wouldn't be shocked to see some other stuff going on here behind the scenes. Marty thinking of how he can best use his guys. Now, again, playing with different line mates, like, you could argue, is it the best idea in a Game 7, in a third period of a Game 7, to start running with some lines that you haven't really used? I wonder, right? And these guys who don't have that much chemistry with each other, but they're all such good friends. They all play with each other in practice. I think that they at least have a good feel of how to play with each other. But again, like, it is, the top guns need to come through and just get some friggin' shots on net. But also, just the bottom six is just not getting it. The Newhook to no Gallagher line. Newhook's been good, mainly penalty kill, of course, but 0% of the expected goal share. Texier, Doc, Bolduc, they have just not shown up in the way that we're used to. Now, again, part of that is probably Tampa making those adjustments. Jon Cooper saying, okay, this has been the line that's been killing us. Let's maybe focus on these guys. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing. But in the third period, you need to have that extra vigor, as someone pointed out, Ken in chat, thinking they come out with renewed vigor after intermission. If you can't come out, like, I still find it crazy that in a second period, like, middle of a game, Game 7, you have a 1-goal lead, and you just look slower, and you're not going as hard as the other team. I find that crazy. But what I think happens, Tampa probably found that gear. They were probably like, oh, let's go. We're down a goal at home, Game 7. And they just found that adrenaline, and it worked, and they scored, and they rode that for the rest of that period. But now it's a break. You're icing them out. If Montreal can get that little bit and come back the other way, Montreal probably got caught on the back foot. Their guys probably weren't anticipating this level of force, this level of pressure. Not that they weren't anticipating, but, you know, once they got to face it, it tired them out. All you got to do, have some sustained pressure, and then force Tampa on the back foot. And I don't know, we can just keep saying the same things over and over, but until these guys go out there and prove it, this is all just hypothetical, but I really think they can.
And there's definitely just seasons in a game as well, though. It's okay to lose a period in a game, which it's just not about doing multiple. And Habs have won so many games this year, right? Like, we're going to say, like, we're here covering, like, we recognize that. So for me, like, we're not shook. I don't think that this Habs team should either. We won that first period. They won the second. You go from there. But, like, I really want to hear from the chat in terms of, like, what you guys think about Juraj Slafkovsky and his utility, his how he's going to be deployed here going into the third period. Josh, like, let's do a poll. Like, I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you feel like Slav should be on the top line with Cole Caufield, Nick Suzuki, Juraj Slafkovsky, or other, like some type of other combination from there? Like, I'd love to hear how you guys feel. Josh, again, call me old-fashioned. We're trying some different things, but, like, again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm, like, just kind of stuck in my ways here, but, like, I'm not really opposed to going towards, like, getting Slav, Cole, Nick, especially after the second period, because that wasn't working. It's like, it's adjustments on adjustment. You change, but then you got to sometimes come back and kind of get those new looks and see how it looks from there. Like, I'm really not opposed to go into that option, which just has obvious chemistry for this team.
Yeah, and it's been our best line all year. Like, it just straight up has been, and there's no doubt about it. And when they're on the ice last game, they played a ton of 5v5 last game. They were one of our most used lines, and guess what? They were effective. So I absolutely would not be shocked. I think it would be a great idea. We got a poll going up there now. Yes, Slav should be on the top line, or no. Boys, I think I'm going to be sick. I'm throwing up right now, says Scoy George. Hope you're feeling all right. Martin Kintler saying it was that 4-hour bus drive from Fort Lauderdale. Hey, it could have been. Horrible effort so far in Game 7, though. It looks like, Jesse, they have adjusted the shots as I'm looking here. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, they haven't. Not according to ESPN. Still just 4 shots on goal. And even shots missed. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shots missed, 4 shots on goal. Only 15 shot attempts for Montreal. And Tampa has 21 shots on goal. So again, it's not just the attempts. It's just Tampa has been kind of all over the place. But again, Dobson rocking that .952 save percentage is keeping the team in there. So leave your thoughts again. Should Slav be on the top line? The poll is live right now. Please go vote. You don't even need to be subscribed or anything. You can just click yes or no. Hackdog saying balance the effort since the Habs are on the road. Last 5 minutes, put the boys together. I mean, you know, I like that. I like to put in the most important guys out there when it matters most. As we're seeing the broadcast show, like, just some misplacements defensively. Like, for example, Carrier not closing out properly on Brandon Hagel, but Dobson was able to make the save. I think, again, it's just Carrier, I guess, didn't want to screen Dobson, right? That's the thing. When Dobson can see the puck, he can make the save. So, I mean, you just need one goal. Like, the way this series has gone, Jesse, I feel like it's next goal wins. And all we need is one rush chance. And we haven't even gotten those. We played that whole second period, only went down one goal in that second period. The game got tied. And we just haven't done what has made this team successful this entire season and in these playoffs. We've gotten Jakub Dobson, who's put on a phenomenal effort. The team has not been able to match that in front of him. You just need one rush chance. You beat Vasilevskiy, and this is a completely new game. On this third period, I'm starting to get nervous. This is the most excited I've been all year because, again, I'm ready to explode with emotion one way or the other because this is shaping up to be... this has already been the best series of the playoffs. I don't know how you're going to match this. And one of the best series that I've ever watched, and I'm ready to see how Montreal can step up their game here.
And while you're here, again, like, drop a like, but also say, how are you feeling in the chat? Like, Josh, you had mentioned nervous. Are you feeling hyped? Are you feeling ready? Again, like, let us know how you're feeling right now because there's just so many. And that's what's nice about having the chats. We can just kind of sound off, right? Because Lord knows we need each other in these moments because it is tense, Josh, because just so many emotions, right? Like, I'm feeling pride. Like, I'm just feeling, like, proud of this team, I think right now, like, still, like, despite everything, like, it's, again, against the Tampa Bay Lightning, one of the best teams in the NHL in the East so far this year. It's 1-1, game 3 of game 7 of, like, a series that is, again, one of the tightest that you're kind of bound to see. It's kind of hard to imagine games that have been more tight. Again, par for the course. Exactly here. It might go to overtime. Again, it's just going to come down to, like, what team wants it more? And I think that was a great point here in game 2. It's like, in the second period, rather, it's like, what do we control? It is going to come down to wanting, because obviously, like, hockey analysts after hockey analysts will say, like, when they look at a game, like, who really wants it more? And that's the thing that this young Habs team that they do control. You can have all the experience in the world. It's not going to matter when it's just like the puck's in front of you and who's going to want it more. And we've seen guys like with Lane Hutson where it's like, it's not just his size, it's not just his skill, like, he wants it more. That's what allows him to be good. And it's like the fact that have guys that key positions who I feel are clutch as well, who aren't just regular season guys, for me is just so big right now. So again, I'm just like, this is such a like cathartic moment, right? Like, I promised myself I wouldn't go here, right? But it's like, here we are, game 7. And it's like, you care about this team so much, and we know we have an opportunity. We can absolutely win this game, and we can progress. And how amazing would that series be against Buffalo? How amazing would that be to cover all this with you guys, being here on game 1, doing the watch along, here together as they're advancing, as they're growing? Like, how does that team look, right? Again, in what was a very tight series here. We want to see that. And obviously we have to be thinking it's gut check time. Like, if the Habs don't do what they need to here in this third period, what are the consequences of that, Josh? Like, them not being able to play more, and that hurts us because we feel like this is a team of death. It's been my take all season long. Some people were saying I was coming with it a little bit too early. I was saying, Josh, like, about halfway through the season, I was like, okay, Josh, I've seen enough. This team's going to win at least one series in the playoffs. There's just no way that Lane Hutson is doing what he's done historically. Like, for me, there's just like a critical mass of like accomplishments that you hit. That's like, no, you can't just do that and then not have, like, Hudson's historic season in terms of what he's been able to do in terms of his point production, his assists, just in his second year in the NHL. You got guys like, obviously, Nick Suzuki, over 100 points. Are, like, are you kidding me? Cole Caufield, over 50 goals. Dobson playing the way that he is, the team defense. There's just no way that you can't accomplish all those different things and then not make noise in the playoffs when it matters. Josh, those are all the main reasons of why I'm excited, why I believe in the Montreal Canadiens prevailing in this third period.
It just feels right? Like, and we said it from earlier this series, it just wouldn't feel right if Montreal didn't win. It just, everything was shaping up, right? You had a chance to go up 3-1 in the series at home, you couldn't quite do it, but then you go up 3-2 in the series, you can't close it out at home. Every game is within a goal. It's so close. And, like, now you're here. You have the chances. I feel like my stream went back again. So I'm going to try and skip ahead. I don't know what's going on with my stream, but that's okay. As we get bare-chested Vasilevskiy on my screen. That's not what I wanted to see right now. But, yeah, I completely agree. Montreal, like, we look at the words in the chat for people, how they're feeling. A lot of confident, a lot of nervous, a lot of people saying embarrassed after that period. Habs are getting out coached. Jon Cooper's made some great adjustments. Marty's also made some great adjustments. Again, that was the first period all series where one team was very, very clearly outmatched. And unfortunately, it was Montreal on the short end of the stick. But they can flip it around in this third period. Again, Tampa knows where they need to go, what they need to do. Keep playing to the refs. That's what they do. It's part of the game. Unfortunately, we don't like it, but it's part of the game. And Montreal just got to come out and play hockey. You don't have excuses. You can't use that as an excuse. With the amount of shots, with the amount of goals, no, you just got to score. Next goal wins. I love it. We got a lot of people suggesting to switch up some lines too. Just make the Sabres an away team in Buffalo. Yeah, I'm going to run to the bathroom, have a quick heart attack, and lock in for the third. I think that's how we're feeling too. We got Manuel 2909 in Sydney, Nova Scotia at Steel City Pub watching the game, and that second period was brutal. Wake up, Habs. I think they're going to wake up. I think they have to. It is the potential for one of these teams. It's the last period of the season, unless it goes to overtime. But for one of these teams, it's the last regulation period of the season. Neither team wants to be the one to go home right now. It feels like this game might go to overtime again, right? And I don't want it to. Well, I kind of would for the dramatics, right? Winning in overtime would be great. But I want to see a nice domination. Go out there, score 2 quick goals, end this thing. That's always what you want to see. But at the end of the day, you just got to see the guys go out and do it. It's up to them. It's up to the team. What is Marty saying to them right now? What do you think Marty is saying to them? What would you say to the team after a period like that in a game 7? What would you be saying? I'd love to see it in chat. Alex saying, new game now, still tied in the third. Bad period doesn't matter anymore. It's behind him. Exactly that. I saw Siklo say earlier, hey guys, shots are 0-0, score 0-0, and a 20-minute game is starting soon. Another fantastic way to look at it. It is just a 20-minute game of 5-on-5 hockey. That's what we got right now. And yeah, winner take it all. That's all we got to say.
Marty's looking the team right in the eyes right now with those real intense eyes that he has. He's saying, faut se jouer la game, tant la game. Ça sent la coupe en S. You know, right? Because like he knows it. He's saying like, right, just you got to play your game when he knows it, right? And he's just gonna have such a great job of being able to calm them because he's been in these very same situations, and that's just what he's gonna do. And again, just about the boys staying composed. Like I want to see a lot of energy and showing you want it. Again, that's what's beautiful about sports. It's like, but showing composure at the same time, which seems like two opposite things, which they're completely not. You want to be assertive in the game, dictate your style of game, which is important. Tampa was able to do that there in the second. Again, we're just going to want to play our style of the game. A big part of that's the possession part, playing with the speed. Again, what allows us to be successful in the first period? Putting just pucks in good spot. Like that's just going to put a smile on my face. And like, again, the answers are closer than they are far away. We're in the playoffs. So that's the good part about it's about bringing that heart, by being composed, but just about putting pucks in good spot to put yourself in good spots to win this game.
That's all they can do. That's all we can ask for. Here we go. Period 3, getting ready to go. Now, let's make sure we're synced up again here. Do you think you're behind me? You're ahead of me? What do you think?
I'm dropping the puck at 3-2-1 right now.
Okay, let me try. Okay, so I'm at behind there, and then let's say that's pretty good. I think we're pretty good there. As Tampa now chips the puck at center, Montreal gets it. Oh my goodness, as we get a big super chat from Doofus Rex in the middle of it to start this third period. This is a good luck charm from Doofus Rex. Yeah. Rex. Hi, Josh and Jesse. Muffin Mouse is glued to the set, but I'm too scared to watch. Go Habs, go. Refs, you suck. $42 from Doofus Rex. Wow. Thank you so much. This is This is the good luck charm we need, right? Thank you so much. Leave some love for Doofus. If the Habs come back and win this is thanks to Doofus. Jesse, unbelievable start to this third period here from Doofus. The generosity. You got to think the Habs are going to step up with that.
Thank you, Doofus and Muffin Mouse, one of our favorite couples here on the channel. Again, we appreciate the good vibes because we know it is all hands on deck. Yes, you matter, your energy, your good vibes for the team and how you show it truly matters, and the boys can feel it here in this tight third period.
Oh, I can see Josh Anderson going out there, giving everything. He's flying out there, laying the body early. Montreal trying to set the tone as it's Phil Deneau, Cole Caufield, and Josh Anderson on the ice together right now. We might be seeing a bit of a switch in lines, but who knows?
Let's go.
I don't know if that's actually what they're going for or not, but it's again, these three are still out here in the offensive zone, nearly a turnover force. We got Tampa on the back foot already. Gooley sending it up.
Let's go.
Here we go. You can see the intensity already way higher. The whistle, it does go with 18:32. Josh Anderson, though, looks a little worse for wear. He was a bit banged up. I mean, that's what happens when Anderson is playing his heart out, Jesse. But my goodness, shot chart, Montreal, 4 shots, 1 goal. One of the shots was a tip. So, I mean, this is it. 18:32. Still no shots this period, but the team already looks way more intense.
Shout out Josh Anderson. That's the way we want to start this third period. And no surprise that we're talking about this when we're talking about the Habs playing some energy to start the third period. Again, this is how it matters. This it dictates. This is what you control is your get up and go, your responsiveness to the game that's in front of you. That's what's within your control. The Habs are showing that they're willing and able to answer the bell early on in this third period.
You gotta just keep fighting. This is your last chance. If you don't play up to your standard, you are going home. You're going golfing. You'll just stay in Florida. No one wants to do that. No one wants to do that. As Tampa comes out in front, Nick Paul fires. Oh, the puck deflects just wide as Tampa again containing Montreal in the offensive zone as we get Newhook out there with Evans and I believe that's Slafkovsky. So we're not seeing the top line reunited yet. Montreal, or no, it's not. It's Texier out there, sorry, with Newhook and Evans.
Okay.
So we might be seeing some change up in lines. I saw someone suggest Slafkovsky, Suzuki, and Demidov in the chat. That might be lining up for what we're going to see here if we have Texier out here with this line. But once again, the big thing with Tampa, they consistently pressure Montreal. Every time someone picks up the puck, a Tampa player is hounding them. That energy has not dissipated. Tampa, despite being the veteran team, Montreal being the younger team, they have closed out on the puck carrier way more often than Montreal has, as Brendan Gallagher is now out there back on the ice with Zach Bolduc and Kirby Dach. So you have to think, Jesse, we might be seeing Suzuki, Slafkovsky, and Demidov coming up here in a moment, at least to start this period. Some very interesting changes from Marty St. Louis.
And I really like the makings of that in a lot of ways. Again, it's about just making things easy for ourselves in the defensive zone. Obviously, if they're going to be pressuring us, we need to support. And with that, there is that pressure, but if we can beat that, there is going to be some opportunities down the ice. So it's often making ourselves some good options and maybe looking to go to the boards and get wide to help beat some of that early pressure.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. You need to just play your simple game, man, as the Habs are going to go for another change. 3 minutes into the second period. Last shot 24 minutes ago, as it's Caufield with Suzuki and Slafkovsky. So Demidov, I guess, missed a shift here, but it's No, it's not. I'm wrong. It is Demidov. I read that wrong. I thought I saw 13, but I think I was actually seeing Dobson's 53, and I mistook, even though Dobson's way bigger. But here we go. It's Slafkovsky with Suzuki and Demidov. Slav tries to chip it in. Again, just missed the puck, fanned on the puck when he tried to chip it in and couldn't get it going, as Demidov's going to head into the offensive zone alone. A great little play. Chip it down low for Suzuki. You got to get some sustained pressure here. You cannot afford to let Tampa get the puck, as Tampa nearly clears it. But again, Tampa is just the more aggressive team right now. Montreal, every time they touch the puck in the offensive zone, it feels like a Tampa stick is on it, and then they're back the other way. You got to find a way to counteract this. Right now, Tampa has had Montreal's number in the defensive zone, not allowing any high danger chances.
It's a slow build. Nothing good in life is going to come easy. It's just about getting those good offensive zone time and then just building on it, right? Like there's a direct correlation between offensive zone time and scoring. So it's just about building that time, just extending your play in there and knowing that opportunities are just going to come as a result.
They absolutely are. As you see, even there, though, Carrier trying to pass to Deneau and kind of fans on the pass, can't receive it. Now Tampa's out the other way with a chance. Corey Perry ripping a shot, going high and wide and over the netting after it was deflected. See, these little things, right? Just Montreal not able to sustain offensive pressure. Passes not connecting. Pressure, too much for them. Turning the puck over. It's continuing.
It's tight.
It's tight. It is tight.
It's tight. That's all I'll say, though, right now.
It's bad.
I don't know if it's too much for them, but it's just been a tight game series going all the way through. That being said, I love seeing Nick Suzuki getting that reverse hit on Corey Perry because that's the game within the game. When you got to feel like Corey Perry, he's a vet. He's going to factor into this, but you need to win those one-on-one battles with him. It's just extremely tight, though. Again, Tampa in this third, from what we're seeing, they're having a hard time getting things on net because, again, these boys are going to sacrifice when it matters. They're going to get pucks in front of the net. It's just extremely close. Like, what does it come down to again here? It's just about not blinking. You're so hesitant when you're in a game like this. It's like switch it up and what can I do and kind of do it all by myself. When really, I feel the answer for the Habs is, again, just trust the process. Keep getting the pucks in deep. Play that defensive game and just know that the offense is going to come as a result because that's our bread and butter.
Yeah, you absolutely have to. And right there, though, again, Montreal was fortunate that Tampa went in offside as it looked to be another odd man rush forming. But it really feels like Montreal is trying a bit harder to get these offensive chances. Some calculated risks as, right there, Nick Paul. Very close, but yes, definitely offside by Nick Paul. That little extra move at the line was too much. So the puck is going to come back out to the neutral zone as we see Texier out there. I'm going to assume with the same line that we saw earlier with Jake Evans and Alex Newhook, and that is what we see. So it looks like it is going to be Demidov on that top line with Suzuki and Slafkovsky, Caufield with Anderson, and I guess a rotating winger. We're going to have to see how they keep going with that, because again, Gallagher's not getting every shift, whatever, as there seems to be some jousting between Texier and Bjorkstrand. At least the refs see something. But Jake Evans tries to win the faceoff. Nope. It's back to Tampa. 5 minutes gone in this period. Montreal over 25 minutes now without a shot. I mean, it's got to come eventually.
Officially.
Yeah.
Officially.
Yeah, officially. Exactly. But yeah, it's still stupid. This Vasilevskiy thing, it hit his glove. I don't know what else you want. Noah Dobson tries a little between the legs pass. Very risky. He turned the puck over immediately on a blind pass, and Tampa gets a prime scoring opportunity right off of it. Not the kind of play you want to see, but it doesn't matter, Jesse, because we have Jakub Dobes in net, and he's your favorite goaltender's favorite goaltender. He is ready at a moment's notice every time. A wide open Tampa player right in the slot as this Gage Gonsalves, but Jakub Dobes shuts the door. You can't have those turnovers, but when you have Jakub Dobes in net, sometimes you can get away with it.
Jakub Dobes just standing tall in front of the net. Let's get the Dobies in the chat. Dobie is a brick wall. Dobie is your favorite mythical creature. He's just looking kind of surreal from what we're seeing from him so far here in this game, right? Just so much magic in his game and how he's able to really just come in front of the net and really just being so good at, obviously, with his rebound control as well.
Oh, yeah. He's been a lot better with that in this game. I did see a Dobby plushie the other day, and I kind of wanted to grab it, but I didn't grab it. I wanted to, but I was like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I touch something now, it's like then it could be on me. You know, I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna mess with anything. As okay, we have Alex Carrier getting it behind the Habs net. We've done that a few times. I don't know what's going on. Is Carrier multiple times. He looks confused, but twice this game, Alex Carrier gets the puck off a defensive zone draw and just fires it up the boards and no one's there.
Down.
Like, bro, what are we doing? Like, there's clearly a set play that is not being communicated. It's not really working. It's not really working right now. That's all right, as we've gone below 15 minutes now. 14:35 left as Montreal once again wins the draw, as Alex Carrier once again lifts it out to center, but this time it's not going to be icing. Though Slafkovsky gets in the offensive zone. Nick Suzuki rips a shot. That's a shot. Andrei Vasilevskiy has to cover up as Phil Deneau was screening him in front, and that's the first shot in about 26 minutes for the Montreal Canadiens. A nice rip from Nick Suzuki after a nice little play from Juraj Slafkovsky to win a puck battle in the offensive zone. Take it, give it back to Suzuki. A nice little screenshot. You never really know. A little sneaky one, Jesse. Those kind of shots can squeak over the pad and surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, and we're looking to get a little bit of traffic there as well with Deneau, who, again, is so good at being a little bit of an aggravator there as well. Again, just love seeing Slafkovsky getting some touches there in the offensive zone. Very curious that we're not going back to that top line again. Again, you have to wonder at what point does he potentially go there as this really continues. But again, look to Nick Suzuki again to do the heavy lifting. When this team truly matters, this guy is just so cool under pressure. And again, Josh, I feel like that's going to pay dividends for us here in this game 7.
Has to, as Juraj Slafkovsky pulls a power move to get into the offensive zone all alone once again. This time it works as it goes back to Hutson at the point. He fanned on the dump into the corner, and is Tampa out quickly the other way. It's Brandon Hagel who rips a shot off the rush, but it's Jakub Dobes once again who comes up huge as Brandon Hagel is slapping at Noah Dobson's hands. What a little scumbag he is, isn't he? Oh my goodness. He was I don't know if that's intentional, if he knows.
Cool.
I like to think he knows. But Brandon Hagel been a danger this whole series. Rips a little sneaky shot, but once again, Dobes is up so high, there's no shooting lane, so it doesn't matter. Right now, we're going to commercial with about 14 minutes left in the period, 13:54 to be exact. And I mean, I don't know, a lot better start to this period, Jesse. But again, just some fanned dump ins, some passes not completing, but it's getting better bit by bit, and you just got to level it out. You have 14 minutes left in this period to score that one goal, that defining goal. Who's going to step up and score one of the most important goals of their entire career right now? This is the moment where you have to. And I don't know, it feels like it's slowly but surely inching back a little bit in Montreal's favor.
It's about really that inner drive and that motivation of who's going to be that person to really make the difference here in this game. Again, what's just been such a tight series. Again, you got to feel like guys like Brendan Gallagher, some small plays, he's not liking that swipe from Hagel here.
No.
Like, let us know how you feel. Like, again, it seems like a small thing, but we've seen just a couple plays, right? Where, again, I know it's playoffs, it's important and bringing that in, but I think there's a fine line between, providing some fodder for the other team. Because I think it's just a small thing, but from Brendan Gallagher, that's my teammate, and you're kind of swiping a guy who's coming back from a hand injury like that. Like, it's small things, but just that, like, use that as motivation, like whatever you need to, right? Like, true or false, whether he's trying to, he knows or he doesn't or anything like that, right? Like, it's about just taking whatever motivation you can right now, really harnessing that when it truly matters. That being said, like, kind of gut check time. We are just so happy with the amount of composure that this young team is showing. Like, we're not taking too many penalties. That hasn't been the story. So, discipline has been huge, and that's been like an ongoing battle for the Montreal Canadiens. Like, Josh, we're finishing first in the Atlantic if we're not taking as many penalties as we are. We're one of the more penalized teams for how well we are doing in the Atlantic there. Seeing this evolution right now over, I think, for what we can control here in these games, I think it's just some huge milestones. Building upon that, the composure, keeping the defensive structure, and I know we're like, it sounds redundant, right? But it's about holding down the fort sometimes, and it's really about counterpunching. I think that's how they have to play this game. Keep playing well defensively. They're going to get a chance off the rush going the other way, and that's when Montreal is going to be able to do their damage.
It's all you need to do one time. The Habs have not had any rush chances, minus that last one very recently. So you got to think that that's what they're looking to do. As their little shot in the slot there by Nick Paul couldn't quite get through, but my goodness, this is some dangerous chances in front of Jakub Dobson right now. But what time are you at, by the way? I'm at 39-38.
Right, again, I'm at 13:42 right now.
Okay, so I'm a few seconds ahead. So I'll try my best to sync that up here in a second. But I think we're okay. We're only about 5 seconds apart. So we're seeing the plays develop at roughly the same time here. There we go. A nice little turnover there as Josh Anderson. That's a nice little turnover. Weird thing to say, but it's Caufield, Anderson, and who's the forward that comes in? Is that going to count as a shot? Does that count as a shot? I don't think so, right? But hey, that's okay. Mr. Sunday Night, Anderson, let's go. We've been needing you. Get the blood pumping. That's exactly. Look at this. Look at the scrum. Josh Anderson getting pushed by about the whole Tampa team. And Cole Caufield, I couldn't even see him in there because of the height of all the other players. But something like that, a scrum, Jesse. Something we haven't seen in this game. Again, maybe another reason why Arbor didn't play. We knew the teams weren't going to be overly physical, just trying to play their games. And it's Josh Anderson trying to spur something for Montreal. So I'm really, really, really excited to see how this can continue right now.
And for me, again, like where we've seen is having success is Anderson getting into Vasi's kitchen. Yep. And these are some things that I highlighted, like pregame. Vasi and Vasilevsky's been one of the best players for the Lightning. So obviously, how are Habs going to win? In my opinion, it's definitely getting in for him. Just some small plays, like you don't have to make it shower on him every time, even though I'm not opposed to it here and there. But I think just making your presence felt, again, in the offensive zone around his net, those type of scrimmages is important for just really setting precedence as the game goes on and really setting a standard of what you're tolerating, what you're not tolerating as a team.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, that could very well be a turning point. Yes, some life, says Sicklos. And also, Doofus Rex, thank you so much for the support again. Come on, chat, please show Josh and Jesse some love. Hit the like button. Yeah, we'd love to hit 150 likes. We're 2 away. If you are the 150th, we will give you a shout out in chat. Let's go. Let's get this going. Leave a like if you want Montreal to win this game. It's simple. You just got to show some love for the Habs, and they will reward you. As right now, it's Tampa, though, taking it into the Habs zone. Dobson coming out of his net, and Tampa going flopping into the net as usual. Lane Hutson, a little bit physical. Refs are not going to call that as an interference. Oh my goodness, Lane just got elbowed in the skull by Dominic James, and there is no call. Once again, I am fuming right now. What is that? That hit his head directly, right? Okay, hold on. We're gonna need to see a replay. Lane Hutson goes into Dominic James and gets clocked in the head and his helmet pops off. Gonna have to see a replay of that. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm making it seem. As the clock's also not moving on the Sportsnet stream, which is a little interesting. But there's some life right now. It's getting a little more physical. Montreal has been the more physical team this entire series, Jesse. You have to wonder if this kind of thing can change the tides.
It's what it's all about here. And again, the game's really in that neutral zone. The Habs are doing a good job right now of really disrupting plays and being able to dictate the puck by, again, just having it where it matters here. Again, it's going to take something greasy in the offensive zone, but just letting it rip. What a just tremendously close game this is right now. And of course, obviously, we're hoping for a couple more calls to go our way here. You'd like to see one on Hudson. That's looking like a headshot in a lot of ways, right? And you're feeling like that's, well, the plus you want to hold your whistle when it's going to the head. Those are one of the few that you do want to be making. But that being said, you want to build up some goodwill, and that's going to pay off at a certain point.
Yeah, and I don't know. Without a replay, it's hard to say if it did hit the head, but it didn't look good in real time. But
looked like it.
Yeah, it did look like it, but speed of the game, we'll see. But it's Brendan Gallagher getting another shift right now, and you talk about someone who has a point to prove right now with Tampa getting physical with Montreal and the refs swallowing their whistles a little bit. He's the kind of guy that can change the tides as well. Out there with Doc and Bolduc, because Gallagher just, he slaps the puck in and breaks Dastu's stick in the process, which is kind of funny. But here comes Tampa the other way. Like, Tampa trying to play the speed game here with Gallagher on the ice as it gets tipped in behind Dobson. No icing. No icing at all. Corey Perry on the puck, on the boards. My goodness, Kirby Doc laid a nice little hit on Corey Perry, too. Again, this game's getting a little more chippy right now. Tampa sending this line out, but it's Brayden Point out there as well. Back to the point, rips a shot, rebound. And no rebound. It went up into the netting. Dobson looked like he was looking for it, but no, with 11:31 left, it is just going to be a draw to Dobesh's left, I believe. And getting a little more chippy, I think, will benefit Montreal a little bit more. I think that's exactly what they needed to do. Like you were saying, get into Vasi's head, get into his kitchen a little bit. Just hit the Tampa guys a little bit. They've had it too easy in this last period. I'm ready for Montreal to take a step up here and make something happen.
For sure. That's what it's all about here. Again, just so tight here. Dobson just doing everything he can to really hold down the fort on his end. But the boys, again, it's about bending, not breaking. I feel like that's a strong philosophy. Like, they know what they need to do. And again, guys, we have a chat. I know we care about this team. We can definitely get the W's. Put a W in the chat if you believe. Again, put the believe in the chat. We're going to come back to that right now because I think it's only right as we're getting to halfway point here in the third period. Type believe if you think that they can do it. Type W if you think that we can still get her done here tonight.
Let's go. Believes and W's in the chat from everyone right now. We gotta just rally around this. Get the momentum going as it's Phil Deneau out through center. Oh boy, what a familiar sight that was from 2021. It's Cole Caufield in the slot, rips it. There's a deflection and can't quite get it. Gaben Gooley rips it from the point. Blocked once again. They're blocking a lot of shots. They're hurting. Another little pass from Gooley hits Anderson. A one-time shot. My goodness, the Habs are trying to get a shot on goal. There's a shot from Anderson. He looks like he's tripped up. It's been block after block after block. Some sustained pressure here from Montreal. Tampa is laying their bodies on the line here in Game 7. Caufield one-timer, and he just misses the net. Noah Dobson back on the puck out there with Caden Gooley. Not a pairing we've seen a whole lot in this game, but our first sustained offensive zone pressure for since the first period. Dobson rips it. It's blocked again by Tampa. Tampa just blocking and blocking. Caufield rips it from the point, looking for a tip, can't quite get it, and this puck's gonna come around the boards and Tampa's gonna clear it out. But that's what we needed, Jesse. We talk about momentum. Tampa blocking a ton of shots there. You're hurting them with this now. You're putting the pressure on. Now they're on the back foot. You gotta capitalize on this momentum.
Victories are built off of momentum plays like we're just seeing here. And again, if we're saying going into the third period, we want them to show that they want to win here in this game. That's an exact shift where they're showing just that they want this victory here tonight.
They absolutely do. As Lane Hutson with a bit of an ill-advised tip pass leads to Tampa gaining possession in the Habs zone. Brandon Hagel trying to step out. The color just changed on the broadcast. What on earth? Okay, it's a lot brighter now. Oh my goodness, JJ Moser, trying to send it over to Nikita Kucherov for a one-timer as it's Slav back out there with Suzuki and Demi, but it's Lane Hutson who recoups the loose puck behind the Habs net. And right now there's a lot of pressure from Tampa. Demi trying to make a quick play, but again, Tampa, Jesse, has been so relentless by hounding the puck carriers, especially Anthony Cirelli in this one, who honestly has gained a ton of respect from me in this series. He has not been super dirty. He's been playing some fantastic hockey. I still think Suzuki's better, though. Shout out Team Canada choices, but anyway, it is what it is. Slafkovsky sends it back to Newhook, who sends it back to the point. We're getting some chances here. Hutson rips a shot, and it's blockered away. I think they score! They score off the rebound! The Montreal Canadiens have taken the lead in the third period. We talk about it, baby. Get the pucks on net. Guess who it is? Guess who it is? It's Alex Newhook. Alex Newhook puts the Habs up. Shots are 24-7. Who cares? Let's freaking go, baby. The pride and joy.
I am just so incredibly hyped about what this team, how they refuse to quit. Bend but don't break. Showing so much wherewithal when it truly matters the most. Again, just making Alex do again something greasy, right? Getting at the front of the net, banking it off Vasi. You get the lead here with less than 10 minutes left in this all-important Game 7, folks.
Let's go. Let's freaking go, baby. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Alex Newhook. What a play. Banking it off Vasi. We talked about something greasy. That is as greasy as it gets, baby. It doesn't get any greasier than that. It's exactly what we needed. They just showed the Bell Center. They're going absolutely wild at the Bell Center right now as Montreal has taken the lead with 9 minutes left. The pride of Newfoundland and Labrador. Can I put this in the shot? Can you guys be able to see it? Yeah, there it is. You can see the tail end of it. All right. Let's stop the goal horn because there's a whole lot of game left to play. Let's update the score. It is Montreal 2, Tampa Bay 1. 8 minutes and 38 seconds left in this game. This is the gut check time, Jesse. This is where you need to lock the F in.
And the boys showing that they deserve, you need to earn it, right? That's what we keep talking about. But they're having solid shifts where they're getting in before leading up to getting that offensive zone time, building, as we were talking about, getting the goal. Again, it just reaches a critical mass where they're just putting too much pressure and really getting Tampa to fold. This is what it's really all about. Again, we are in the final round of a heavyweight battle, and it's that mental game right now. If you just keep with your game, you keep going down them, the defense loosened for 1 second, and the Montreal Canadiens are able to take advantage.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a bad play there by Jake Evans leading to a Tampa shot, but Jakob freaking Dobson maybe flashing the leather with 8 minutes left in the third period. Looking at him. Oh my goodness. This dude, Jakob Dobson, I cannot.
Stunned. Stunning.
Oh my gosh, I mean, I'm wearing the Patrick Waugh jersey. I got Carey Price behind me. The next coming of the Habs greats, Jesse, it might just be Dobby himself. Oh my goodness.
Alex Newhook, he wants it, I'll tell you what. Batting it out of midair. Dobson also showing that he is just up to the task when it really matters. Being a big, just what did we find in Jakob Dobson? How good can it, if you're showing me this is good, how he is in the playoffs, again, newfound respect for Jakob Dobson. That's just new level, completely unlocked again of this is what he's able to do in the playoffs. We need to look at Jakob Dobson in the same way. This isn't the same rookie, doe in the headlights type of goalie. This is a guy that's being seasoned. He's looking like it matters when the most. Let's get a like spike right now. The Montreal Canadiens winning 2-1. If you're liking the vibes, you're liking how this is going right now, we're not over yet. We need all hands on deck to be able to make that happen. Let's get a sub like as well. If you've been here with us, rocking with us for a minute, definitely subscribe to the channel so you can stay locked in as the Montreal Canadiens just continue on their historic run.
It's unbelievable, guys. You know we had this goal of 26,550. We just need 13 more subscribers. We got 300 people in here sharing this right now. If you're enjoying it, make sure you're letting us know. We're also so close to our 200 like goal. What a dog. People saying the Doberman, maybe we need a dog. People saying we need a more intense animation for Dobson. I'm also not seeing enough Dobson emojis, in the chat from our members. Fair. I know there's a lot of members out there. I see Dobson Plant. Someone make him the Terminator, says Jason Patrick. Unbelievable stuff from Jakob Dobson tonight. Dobson and Newhook stealing this third period. We got W's. Look, they're showing Newey when he won the cup with Colorado way back in 2019. I remember it. They had the parade here in St. John's. I wasn't here for it. But anyway, still just completely ridiculous. Was it 2019 that happened? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I remember, or was it 2022, I think. Regardless, Alex Newhook, ridiculous. Unbelievable. From the Rock. His dad was my gym teacher. I've told you all before. Alex Newhook was on the same basketball team as my brother. I got connections, baby. Let's go. Come on, chat. Please subscribe. Oh, thank you so much, says Doofus. I mean, we're hoping that, and it's Jake Guentzel who falls on the ice after Alex Newhook was standing there not doing anything. I don't think he's looking for a penalty. I think he just tripped, and I think he's okay. But right now, let's take a look at what happened there off the scrum. Yeah, so I mean, there was a nice little save by Dobson as well. Actually, I didn't even catch the shot in real time. But the Habs had the face-off edge, 27-24 as well. They were leading a lot more early in this game, and Marty has sent out a lot of heavy center lines, especially for defensive zone face-offs. But it's Tampa who wins the draw. It's up to Lilleberg, back to the other side, and the puck just trickles past the net. A close one. Very, very close one. But you got to keep pushing, says Jason Patrick, and I completely agree. You got to keep...
Nice to see you, Jason.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. I appreciate you being here this whole time, too. As Corey Perry sends it behind the net, Josh Anderson going for it in the corner. He decides to just try and chip it out, and Jake Evans can't get it out, though. There was some defensemen behind him he could have cycled it to, but it didn't quite work as Tampa now creating some dangerous chances, but the puck does get flipped out to center as Montreal's going to get the change. Shots 26-8. I mean, this is like the biggest troll game ever. Shots are 26-8 for Tampa Bay with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in this third period of Game 7. Score 2-1 Montreal. Caden Gooley with a nice poke. Nick Suzuki off the rush, firing it off the rush. A big rebound, but it's Tampa coming the other way, but it's not going to be an odd man rush as the Habs were ready, and the Habs playing some great defense. Yes. Great poke check from Gooley on Kucherov. But this is the kind of thing you need, Jesse. Suzuki creating a rebound, but guess what? That shot off the rush did not cost Montreal, and they were able to recover defensively and get right back.
And it's all about finding that balance between offense and defense, as we saw there. Such a great example where you want to commit offensively, and you're getting 3 guys in, and you're getting 2 guys deep. But again, the responsibility of just that middle guy to really have that balance to be able to come back and negate any type of odd man opportunity.
Yeah, and hey, Nick Suzuki getting the Habs' 9th shot of the game off the rush. That was nice. But Tampa, you can tell they want this badly. They want this badly.
So do we.
Oh, we do too.
So do we.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, right? Both teams want this so bad. Tampa's feeling the pressure, right? They know we got to do something big here right now. They're trying to make a whole lot of things happen, but a few times now in a row, they've tried to make plays happen. They're not able to get that sustained offensive pressure. It feels like when Montreal was trying to get back. Tampa, oh no, that's not going to be icing, right? Ryan McDonough pretending he's an old man skating back at the pace of a turtle, and they call the icing. I mean, that's a close one. I get it. I don't like that. I think Ryan McDonough absolutely
Oh,
did.
that's soft.
You agree, huh?
Yeah, no, you can't be doing that. And again, like the Habs, what's even more impressive is the fact that they're leading right now here in the third period. You have to say that Tampa, they just got a little bit more of the advantage. Normally, you see the retaliation call where Kucherov, like for sure we're playing with him, but you normally just see the retaliation call right in front of the ref, not being called. Like there is some, like we're doing this despite everything. But again, we're certainly not going to make any sort of excuses right now. We feel very confident in the position we're in. It's about bend, don't break, staying calm through the chaos right now is really the key for the Montreal Canadiens. Look for them to stick to this mantra to close this one out.
And they've been trying to. Look at this, a stick in the legs of a Habs player. And absolutely nothing. And just then before, Texier was trying to skate out with the puck. Kucherov just grabbing at his arms, pulling him back. Nothing. The refs are swallowing their whistles. They are not going to give a power play to Montreal in Tampa late in Game 7. That's going to be offside. Yeah, that's offside. I need to see another replay. What are we talking about? What is going on? Why do the refs hate Montreal? Look, I know there's been bad calls both ways, right? There absolutely have been throughout this whole series. But that right there is I don't know, maybe I need to see another replay. It's easy to see a player go down and maybe on a replay they just toe picked, right? And I don't want to get, but we just saw that Texier play up close trying to poke it. Kucherov just yanking. Kucherov, he would have to kill somebody to get a penalty. This is ridiculous. It's game management at its finest, but as long as the same calls don't go against Montreal here in the last 5-ish minutes, Jesse, I'm kind of okay with it if the refs want to just swallow their whistle, because at this point, if both teams can get away with those kind of shenanigans, that actually really favors Montreal, who's leading this game.
There's soft ones too, and then there's acting, and then there's like actual penalties. And you got to feel like in that situation, like the Montreal Canadiens, like he's not acting, he's not falling to his knees there. It seems like a little bit of a hit from behind, and he's going to the ice there. So of course we do want to see these calls. Often those ones there, they are kind of automatic. Again, too, because you're affecting a defensive player about 5 feet from his net, his ability to get the puck out of the zone, and you got to feel like that matters. That being said, we're not making any sort of excuses. We refute any sort of that type of spirit. We're winners here in Montreal again. We're not going to try to throw shade, but we have won the most Stanley Cups. We're the biggest winners in the whole NHL, and winners certainly don't make excuses. They own up. They know what they can do. They man up. They own what they can and for their responsibility. So again, it's gut check time right now, and it's about owning your battles, winning those individual ones when it matters. And as we're gearing up here, like Tampa, they're going to caulk back to Texas for their best shot. But again, Montreal Canadiens have shown that they're capable of withstanding any sort of pressure that comes their way. They have some amazing defensive players that again have just shown so much heart. Here, it comes down to we got the lead, and that's great. Again, it's coming down to win it one more time. Who wants it more? It's not enough of who wanted it more, just a couple minutes more. It's who's going to want it the most left in this last 5 minutes and 29 seconds.
And Marty, I think, wants it maybe more than anyone in the building. Like, Marty, you just saw him there. He's fiending. He wishes he was on the ice. Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine? Oh, he really wishes. As Nick Suzuki wins the faceoff, Noah Dobson hammers it down into the Tampa zone with 5.5 minutes left. As long as this is a nice, clean game to the end, I think this will favor Montreal. We'll have to wait and see. Tampa coming in with numbers, though. Big open opportunity. Brandon Hagel shoots, but the puck is sitting around the Habs crease. There's a Habs player down, and it looks like it might be Dobson, but it's Slav coming out with Suzuki in front of the net. Slav dragging back. His stick shatters in his hands when we try to take a shot. I swear to God, When are we going to change our stick providers? What is that, bro? How many times has that happened this year, man? That's going to kill me one of these days.
For sure, and he did change to a stiffer blade recently, so that's happened a little bit less for Slav. So I like that he's actively finding a solution for that there. But again, we're getting our opportunities. I like to see the chemistry that we're seeing from Nick Suzuki and Slav. They're being difference makers for the Montreal Canadiens here in this third period.
Yeah, really driving the play for sure. Tampa, they look like they're in desperation mode right now. We'll see about the health. I think it was Dobson who went down in the Habs zone. Couldn't tell. Matheson's just holding people off with one arm. He's scaring the shooting out of me.
Let's go, Babs.
Yeah, I mean, let's go, but he's scaring the crap out of me, bro. Like, I should be wearing a diaper. Like, and one of these times, he's going to actually make me crap my own pants. As Nikita Kucherov comes up, what a transition for me. Nikita Kucherov coming up through center, trying to get over the blue line. The Bolts, once again, get a nice clean zone entry, but Montreal forces the turnover on the pass. Tampa, Jesse, starting to look a little bit rattled as they see this clock winding down in their home building.
It's only normal that it does. As the game goes on here, where the Habs have put themselves in a great position is you start to feel the pressure and you start to kind of jumble to start making some things happen. And we're having a solid forecheck. You've seen a little bit of 2-1-2 from this Habs here. I like how even in the third period, again, we're being aggressive because as we mentioned pregame, that's how you're going to win this one.
You got to stay aggressive. With 3.5 minutes left, Tampa chips it down in behind Jakub Dobson. Nick Suzuki recovers the puck, and he sends it up the wing to Mike Matheson. Matheson, cross-ice pass to Slav. Slav tries a little touch pass. Oh my goodness, it's Suzuki in with some speed. Looking to set something up, puts it behind the net with Phil Deneau out there with Suzuki and Slafkovsky right now. The trust is in Phil Deneau, who's had a phenomenal series this whole series, but Gonçalves is able to get the puck along the boards and reset to Moser as both teams are going to go off for some changes. Slav and Suzuki step off, and Tampa is coming out through center as they're going to continue to push and push and push as it's Brayden Hagel who sends it into the Habs zone, but it's Lane Hutson who recovers, looking for Phil Deneau. Deneau still out there, the forward who couldn't get a change on this line, but he's heading straight to the bench after Montreal gets it clear. Jesse, under 3 minutes to go. How are we feeling, chat? How are we feeling with under 3 minutes left and Montreal with a 2-1 lead?
We're feeling excited, and again, we're feeling composed. Why? Because we have confidence in this team. We're not even surprised that because the Montreal Canadiens have led the vast majority of the series, 27% compared to Tampa Bay 7 going into this period. This isn't unknown territory for the Montreal Canadiens. It's only right that we should be leading here, coming with only 3 minutes left. So again, it's about sticking to the plot. What's made us successful here so far, and certainly sticking on our toes to finish this game strong.
Absolutely. As Montreal set a bit of a pick play themselves at the line, no interference called. So you know what? I think the refs.
Play that.
Yeah. They're swallowing their whistles. With 2:12 left, Dobson is able to cover it up. So it looks like it's all right. Right now, the refs are ready. They're content to just not call anything. Dobson took a shot right off the hand. They just showed the replay, Jesse. Exactly what we were worried about. Dobson took a shot right off. It was his right hand, though. I think it was his left hand that was hurt before, right?
I believe so, but again, Noah Dobson, that being said, all the same, right? Because that's about 5 feet in front of him. He's standing in front of him. What a warrior from Dobson.
Exactly.
Having injury, he doesn't care. He's standing up for this team when it matters. Again, put your hearts. I want to see hearts in the chat.
Hearts for Dobson.
That's what we're seeing from this time. Either type out heart or just put the emoji here in the chat, because that's what we're seeing from Noah Dobson. That's what we're seeing from this team. And there's no ways around it. That's what we're going to need to win this game here tonight.
Yeah, we need some hearts for Dobson in chat. Absolutely. What a warrior to be able to block a shot off his hand. The league leaders in block shots. He's going in the Jason Patrick. I'm ignoring the chat. I don't want spoilers. You know what? I kind of want to hide the chat for my own sake, Jesse. I want people. You know what? I think that's what we need to do so no one gets spoiled here. So. Where is the chat? There's the chat. I'm gonna hide. No spoilers here. With 2 minutes left, Andrei Vasilevskiy's on the bench. Here we go. Let's crank up the volume. Let's watch this game. Oh my goodness. There's a puck battle along the boards. The refs blow it dead with 2 minutes and 1 second left in this game. Oh my goodness. The hype in the chat. Jesse, I will tell you though, I took a glance down. Sea of red. All the hearts for Noah Dobson in the world. People are so happy for that. Let's go. Tampa's management team standing up. Andrei Vasilevskiy can't bear to watch. Not his fault. The 2 goals were greasy, and the Habs have only 10 shots. But, like, that save percentage is not going to reflect how good of a goalie he was this series. Hats off to him. But guess what? It doesn't matter because we banked in a goal off your back, buddy. All right, here we go. Oh, my gosh, Jesse. Who's getting the empty netter if Montreal gets one?
Oh, that's a great question. You got to feel like Nick Suzuki
Yeah.
is going to be on the ice there, but maybe the man of the hour did know. For all that good work, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get rewarded here.
I agree. Jake Evans, though, tried to clear, but it was a little too lackadaisical as Tampa was able to keep it in the zone. Montreal does clear it down the ice, but that looks like it will go for icing with 1:41 left. Face-off back in Montreal's zone. 1:41. I smell something burning. It's probably from outside. I have the window open. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy, but maybe they're watching too. Actually, fun fact for those of you in chat, that one of my neighbors got arrested right before this game started. So there you go. A little bit of lore. So anyway, here we go.
Newfoundland lore.
That's right, Newfoundland lore. That's it. 1:41 left. Face off in the Habs zone. We see Carrier. We see Danault. We see Evans. We see Suzuki. Suzuki's trying to jump this, and we see Mike Matheson. Suzuki, I think he's trying to catch his breath. I think every couple of seconds he's doing this. The ref's like, hey, chill out, buddy, chill out. Jake Evans, though, he wins the face-off.
Gamemanship.
It is.
I
love
this from Nick Suzuki here, getting them a little bit of a breath here. Again, after that icing.
Yeah, and that one will not go for icing. It doesn't go all the way down. Darren Radish is going to have to recover in his own end and head up the other way for Tampa. Brayden Point through center. Nick Suzuki chopping at him, trying to knock the puck off of his stick as Brayden Point sends it in. Jakub Dobson plays it. Mike Matheson on the back end, over to Carrier. Two players from Tampa in the corner, including Point. It's over to Guentzel. Sends it over to Kucherov with 1:12 left. It comes out of the zone. It comes out of the zone. Darren Radish trying to reset with 1:06 left in this game. The Tampa Bay Lightning are going to try and get one last little push here with a minute left. Kucherov on the puck. Kucherov tries to send it back to the point. It's banked off the boards and out, and it's a race for the puck. It's Nick Suzuki heading to the empty net, and it hits the post. Nick Suzuki can't get there. He gets crushed into the boards. Juraj Slafkovsky is trying to win the puck battle desperately to burn off some clock. Slav comes away with it. He's on the forehand. He shoots. It's blocked. 40 seconds left. Tampa coming back the other way, Jesse. This is the last stretch.
This is incredibly close, hitting a post there. Again, so close, Nick Suzuki.
Slav.
The boys need to rally.
Slav.
They're doing so good just about keeping up that
Slav.
work.
No! Brandon Hagel with the save of the century on a Juraj Slafkovsky. Sure, empty netter, but Tampa cannot get into the zone. The end of this game is insane. Players going flying at the blue line. Tampa gets one last entry with 15 seconds left, but it's blown down. 13.4 seconds left, Jesse. The Habs nearly score twice on the empty net. Slav looks completely bewildered. How did he not put that one home?
It gets no closer than this with a series that is just so much drama. Again, the boys need to lock in with these last couple of seconds. Hit the like button, hit the sub button. We need all hands on deck here to support to get this W and make sure we're bringing it home here tonight.
Like the stream right now, we're 30 away from 200. What a save by Brandon Hagel. For as much as I've started to hate him in this series, you can't ever hate an incredible defensive play like that. Unbelievable, adding to the drama. They've changed the clock to 15.3, not 135, 15.3 seconds with a timeout by Jon Cooper. We got this. 15 seconds. They've also taken away one of Montreal's shots, so now it's back to 9. Like, why?
Classic.
Like, what are we doing? Why?
It's petty.
It's petty. They just don't. They want it to look. The Tampa scorekeepers want it to look like less of an impressive win. That's what they want. But we're not going to say that word win yet, because 15 seconds, Jesse, anything can happen. No spoilers in chat. Well, you guys can spoil. We're not looking. The chat's not on the screen. One of the best hairdos I've ever seen with this guy with the wig right now in the crowd. The Tampa fans, the Habs fans trying to fist bump the Tampa fan in the crowd. He doesn't want it. Everyone looks nervous. The child is biting on the towel while wearing his pretty interesting Nikita Kucherov outdoor jersey. They got they're nervous. The nerves are there, but Jesse, there's a ton of Habs fans in this atmosphere too, in this arena in Tampa, and I bet you they're gonna pop one way or another in the next minute or so.
How amazing is it to be in this position right now with the Montreal Canadiens, where you're putting Tampa Bay again, where they're just obviously so nervous here in the stands. This is the type of position that you want to be in. We are not in this spot right now. We are the ones winning, dictating this game. It's about locking it in here with 15 seconds. Gut check time.
6 seconds. 5, and it's icing. 5 point. Montreal takes a delay of game penalty with 5.7 seconds left. Jesse, it wouldn't be a Habs game if Mike Matheson didn't do something insanely dramatic with 5 seconds left in the game. You've got to be kidding me. You can't be serious. We had 2 empty netters, like right there for the taking, and then Mike Matheson puts the puck over the glass. Bro, that would have ended the game if he had just kept it in play. Dude, you cannot make this. I'm going to try not to swear. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Bend, but don't break. This is what it's all about, staying calm through the storm to finish it out. It's all about the boys rallying together. We're right there. We can absolutely do this. It's all about locking in and staying together as a unit.
They've changed the clock to 6.3 seconds. 6.3 seconds. We're right here with you, chat. Here we go. A lot of you might have seen the result of this game already, but it looks like there's a timeout by Montreal. Martin St. Louis calls his timeout. You might as well. It's not like Tampa's unit's tired. As we get another replay, of the Juraj Slafkovsky missed empty netter, the save by Brayden Hagel. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely insane right now. I'm gonna mute the. I'm gonna minimize the chat actually, just so that I don't accidentally get spoiled. So here we go. I mean, this is as real, as raw as it gets. 6.3 seconds left. Make sure you're subscribed, by the way. You're here watching. We got 400 of you in here. We're 9 subs away from our goal of 26,550. We're going to be doing this all playoffs long if Montreal continues to advance here. Literally content every single day. Why are you not subscribed? We're here every day, sharing in these moments. Jesse, 6 seconds. Are you ready?
We got this. It's about locking it. We can do this, boys. It's all about locking it down, believing in this team right now.
Believe, believe, believe. Here we go. 6.3 seconds left on the clock. Score 2-1 Montreal. The face-off to the right of Jakub Dobson. It's Nick Paul versus Jake Evans. See who can win it. Jake Evans fights off the draw. It goes to the point. Nikita Kucherov with a shot, and it's blocked. And the puck is cleared. And the Montreal Canadiens advance to the second round to face the Buffalo Sabres. That's how you do it, baby. Jakub Dobson, the hero in the game. Alex Newhook with the game-winning goal. Well, I gotta get the Newfie flag out. That's how we do it, baby. Final 2-1 Montreal. Let's freaking go.
I am just so incredibly proud of this team. Again, being able to come through in the clutch. This game was absolutely pure cinema. It could not come down to anymore. We did not script this game. In fact, you can't script it when it's just coming down right to the wire like this. That 2-1 lead and some opportunity to score on this empty net goal. Montreal Canadiens needed to pull in once again as a unit, defend as a team, do those strong defensive plays to get us the win, to go on to the second round.
Let's freaking go! Let's go. 10 gifted memberships from Humble Tracker. Humble, thank you so much. If I say your name, you're now a channel member, and I need to see all of your emojis. Norman Osborne, Sicklos, you've been here all day. You're now a member. Shout out to Humble Tracker, Legion7949, Crypto Man, Okodro, Adam Matthews, Poos Umpoos, Marius Pona, and Randy Morgan, and Formosan Moose, all now channel members. Thank you so much. We got more stuff coming in the chat. Humble Tracker with the $20 donation as well. Humble Tracker's the huge supporter right now. $20 just saying let's go. Thank you so much, Humble. And also Hackdog, $43 for the 4-3 series win. Hackdog, Humble, everyone who's donated today, thank you so much for helping make this even more special. But we are so happy to be able to just share it with you. So kind and generous. Another $5 from Jake Carroll coming in. Habs beat Tampa. Ha ha ha. That's it. Ha ha ha. You only need 9 shots to do it, Jesse. The support, the love, everyone is reeling after this win.
Absolutely. And again, I am getting chills right now seeing Jakub Dobson getting congratulations from Andrei Vasilevskiy on just such an amazing series and how it was so well played. Again, this was so tight. We cannot say how important this victory is, not just for the Montreal Canadiens, but in their future aspirations of really getting that experience in the playoffs, going 7 games. Again, you can't buy that type of really process and what that gives you and what that can give forward, not just in this playoff run, but leading forward. We know, again, we don't want to get ahead of themselves, but if we can beat Tampa, we can do this. We can go all the way. It's about taking it one step at a time. This was a strong effort here tonight. Just seeing us hit our sub goal of 26,550. Again, we don't take for granted the 26,000 over 550 subscribers that we have. We truly appreciate the support. Obviously that number is just growing every single day. We want to just bring you the latest and greatest Habs coverage and just to pay back and just really show our appreciation for this amazing Habs team and how they just continue to just provide pure entertainment for us, Josh.
This team is unbelievable. We have a #1 goalie. People are saying Jakub Dobson, like straight up. His rankings among all NHL goalies has skyrocketed just with this series What an unbelievable series from him as we get Jon Cooper and Marty St. Louis having a little chat here at center ice as Kyle Bukauskas with Jakub Dobson taking some screenshots for the video later, you know. But we also have another 5 gifted memberships coming in from Luke. Luke, thank you so much for showing up all the time. And you are all now members if I say your name. Jay Ruiz, Simon MTN, Katie Wynn, YYZ2112, and Ryan M1854. Katie, who's now a member, said, I just screamed and scared all my friends and their dogs. So, I mean, I scared everyone too. I gotta close this window. There we go. The window's closed now, but I needed some fresh air because you can see how sweaty, how warm I am. That's it. I'm so emotional. I deserve a puff of crack. I don't think I can condone that. So don't do that. But, you know, celebrate it however you feel is appropriate. Boys, Jesse, we're here, man. Second round of the playoffs for the youngest team in playoff history.
I am just beyond excited to see what they can do and just incredibly proud to get to this opportunity, but also just that opportunity to continue to grow and to refine themselves as hockey players, because we know that really the success comes secondary to that. That being said, like, can we just give some appreciation to the chat, Josh? Like, just how they've been here tonight. Like, obviously, like, we had the sub goal, we're having the like goal, we're smashing out of the park. But again, for all the people that are typing believe, that are typing, you know, the W's in the chat, who are kind of giving their suggestions for who they feel is going to come through here tonight. And we saw a lot of you guys were rocking with us, right? Feeling that Nick Suzuki would be able to do that. We see you guys. Again, thank you guys for really, again, just all that support that you're giving here in the chat tonight, because it builds up for this team, right? We know it's not just nationwide, but it's really international, and that's why it's so nice. That's why we got to be on YouTube doing these live watch-alongs to really just garner all that support and really harness it for this team.
Yeah, this team is something special. There is something incredibly unbelievable going on, as I see a chat from Sicklows, new channel member as well. And don't you put it in your nose, sister. Domich gives me price vibes. He plays out of his net a ton, but great control and confidence. You know, him and Fowler, they have their similarities, but yeah, this is unbelievable. And, you know, all the haters in chat, you know, that's it. You know, the people were doubting, but you know what, Jesse? We kept the positivity, and it's time to break this back out. It's been a minute. But I think we deserve these, the shades, the winning shades for this series win.
Let's go.
They're coming back, baby. The winning shades are here.
Okay.
I had them ready, right? I had them ready for this game, and you know what I want to say about this? If the Montreal Canadiens can beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, who were heavily favored by a lot of people, not everyone, we know the people who favored Montreal. For every single game on ESPN, on Money Puck, Tampa was favored. Every single one. Everywhere. They were favored in every game. Montreal wins this series in 7 in the one of, if not the, probably one of, the closest series in the history of the NHL playoffs. Montreal can beat Tampa while putting up only 10 shots in Game 7. You can beat Tampa only putting up 10 shots and having one of the worst periods of the entire playoffs? What does that tell you about what this team is able to do moving forward? Yeah, maybe that's not the best thing to say, oh, you can play like crap and still win. But a team like Tampa, who's experienced, they pulled every punch. They knew everything they had to do. They game planned so perfectly for Montreal. Our power play couldn't get it going. We couldn't get it through the neutral zone. And we still showed enough heart to show up in that third period. What else is there to say? This team is special. The sky is the limit. You get Buffalo next. They're an intimidating matchup. But Jesse, after winning a series like this, the Habs' confidence is going to be absolutely off the charts.
Because you're beating a team that can just defend so well. Like, you have to feel like this first line going in, they're going to get a little bit more fresh air, and that's going to definitely pay some dividends, because that's the bread and butter. We're playing right into our strengths here right now. Like, if Tampa's winning the series, a lot of pundits are having a really good chance of them going all the way. Why? They play a really good style of hockey. And if there are any Tampa fans here in the chat, we thank you guys for a great series. We're going to keep it classy here on the channel. We're just fans of hockey in the game, and we appreciate you guys rocking with us, right? So at the same time, like, the fact that they're able to beat, like, a very good team, a team that's built for the playoffs, like, they were playing, like, this was incredibly disciplined. And again, we got to say for Montreal, like, Dobson, so good. Caufield, the top line, big story, be able to make the difference maker tonight. No way that we're getting the W without them coming through. But Josh, what I'm going to say as the biggest reason why that we're able to win this series, by my own judgment here, my rationale, the defensive play.
Yep.
There has been no major swing at any type in this series of our defensive play. We've never allowed more than 3 goals in one game, in any game whatsoever. It's that defensive play, just having that strong baseline. Extremely excited, because for me, again, offense is going to come. I just believe in my guys. The stats go to show that 100-point guys, 50 goal guys. Not every team even has that combination, and having them as best buds, I think that truly matters, especially in playoffs when it comes down to, again, gut check time. Chemistry plays a huge factor in that. Again, I don't think that Buffalo has guys that defend as well as like Cirelli and Hagel. They were shadows of like Nick, and they were like all over them on the ice. Like, it was so hard to get anything going. There's not other teams that can really play that level. Even look at Colorado, like, so like, did they have Lekkonen's good? He plays good defense, but it's like they were getting shadowed. If they can do that, come out on the other side here again, it's the whole team coming holding down the meantime. I'm excited, Josh, because I felt like they could win at least one series here. I was bullish about it. They're able to come through. But again, it's because the guys are really pulling together depth there, just along for the top line to come through and really reward them here tonight.
I can't believe it, man. And like, you know, people had Tampa come in as the favorites out of these, them or Carolina, and you just beat them in 7. Like, you know, people are saying Buffalo's going to be a walk in the park. I don't agree with that. I think Buffalo's going to be very different. But what I will say, Montreal is going to have so much open space. Like you said, right? You made a great point. Buffalo doesn't really, like, they have some fantastic players, right? And their decor is very, very good. I would say it's a good bit better than Tampa's, with the likes of Dahlin, with the likes of Owen Power, with the, like, you know, they got guys, Bowen Byram. But Montreal's forwards should, in theory, be having a field day, right? They should be able to be going out there. I'm going to adjust the camera just a bit. We're just going to put Static Jesse here for a moment as we figure out what's going on. Montreal is going to have so much more space than Tampa, than they did in this Tampa series, in a future series against Buffalo, to just open up the game and just play better. But I also got to shout out, there we go. We had Static Jesse back for a moment. That was, you know, we were recovering. We're back. But I also got to say a huge thank you to Doofus Rex once again for the $21 super chat. Thank you and bless you, Josh and Jesse. Thank you so much. We love you. Thank you. We love you too. Well. Bring on Buffalo. Hyatt from Muffin Mouse, your biggest fan. Really massive thank you to Doofus Rex and Muffin Mouse. Jesse, unbelievable supporters since day one of the channel. Really unbelievable stuff. And shout out as well to Phil Rules for being a new channel member. Phil, sent those new emojis, the Dobie ones, in the chat. I mean, again, the support from everyone, Jesse, has been absolutely unbelievable. And guess what? We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
No, and that's what's exciting. Know that we're going to be here for game 1 of game 2, doing these watch alongs as well. When it truly matters, you know, we're going to go hard. We know that obviously you guys as fans are supporting us so much, so it's obviously in turn we're going to be going hard. Look for 3 videos a day here as we're wrapping up the playoffs. As the team goes hard, we're going to be right there with them. We're
going to be doing everything we can. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We got to go get a video going here. We got to share this excitement even more. Thank you all for an unbelievable stream. Any final thoughts, Jesse? I'm just saying, I mean, I was calling this guy's name from the moment this game started. Alex Newhook with the game-winning goal. Jakub Dobes with the incredible performance. I'm ready, and I think the Habs are ready. This was the biggest challenge they could possibly face. This next series, you keep with this momentum, and something special is going to happen this year.
The vibes are strong, the energy is strong around this team, and people aren't going to want that smoke here. Again, Alex Newhook is a guy that just wants it. When it matters here, it comes down, we highlight it, right? Like, this is a playoff type performer. There's no way that you play the regular season hard the way that he does just to shy away from a fight in the playoffs. He's going to matter. And again, it's like a combination, some skill, some hand-eye combination, but also just getting it on net, a little bit of a dirty play, which again, that's how you got to succeed here in the playoffs. But the fact that we're having some depth scoring, because Newey's been good for us here as long as he's not injured, right? So look for him to factor, him getting going as well is going to be a huge, strong sign. Thank you guys once again here. We're going to be rocking another video here for just you guys in just one moment. But again, we just have to take a moment to say thank you. It's just so nice making these memories with you here today in Game 7 as we're doing this, and looking forward to making many more here.
There's going to be so many more. What a special year. Shout out to Mark Orr popping in the chat. Hello, all you awesome Habs fans. Keep the faith. Go Habs, go. The faith is being kept. We're ready. 1 down, 3 to go. It was inevitable. There was no way we could lose tonight. It just felt right from the first game of this series. Thank you all for tuning in literally every single day. Keep an eye out for a video coming out within the next hour. I'm Josh Gosse, my co-host Jesse Poirier. What a win! And we will catch you in the next one.